Test 1, 2. Ooh, let's double check this. Looks good. Looks good. Let's grab our friends and let's have a day. Bingo. Good morning, everybody. Dante here. Great to see you again. Excited to get today going. It's Tuesday, and you guys know what that means. Trey Day. We're going to have Trey Lewellen's going to hop up from 12 to 1 p.m. today, just an hour from now, 58 minutes technically. We're really excited. As always, we get to learn amazing things from Trey about all things Ecom. He gives us wisdom, knowledge, and insights every single time. So I can't wait to be with him later on. But for this hour, we have open coaching. You can ask me any question about anything that you're facing in the One Funnel Away Challenge. And gang, that truly does mean anything. You might be having a hard time in the editor. You might be having a hard time with something in the ClickFunnels software, but you might be having a hard time nailing your marketing, your hook, story, offer. You might have a hard time, maybe this is your first leap into entrepreneurialism and you don't know how to really work yet, or how do I allocate the priorities to the tasks at hand so I know that I'm doing the right thing at the right time to get the best benefits from my time. Whatever questions you have whatsoever, you can ask those questions here. So if you have a question, just like you see Vladimir and Doug, please just raise your hand. Raising your hand lets me know that you have a question, something you would like to speak about. If you don't raise your hand, that means you're here to observe, learn, and that's totally fine. We love to say in OFA, a rising tide raises all ships. Many, many people join these sessions every single day to learn, observe, and watch so they can grow from their colleagues and their questions. So having said all that, if you have a question, please put your hand up. I'm excited to get into it with you. We're going to start with Vladimir. Good morning, Vladimir. How are we today?
Good morning, buddy. I am doing good. Listen, I'm going to share the screen. I just want to make sure that I'm on the right path with a panic of a funnel building as usual, as I have an event in 6 hours in Pittsburgh, and
Great.
I got to be on the road
Great.
now. So let me share. I'm just putting a quick workflow behind the funnel.
Yep.
Just want to make sure that this is, this will work, right?
Yep.
This is a
okay. Well, first off, to make sure that the thing will work, I'm looking in the very top right. You have a status toggle. Turn the status on.
You got all right. Good tip. You see, this is good stuff. All right.
So now it's on. Whatever you did will fire. Let's take a look. You're going to tag them, send them an email. Wait a day, and then more emails. Great. Let me see the end of the workflow. Cool. So this is going to be great for now, Vladimir. Add a pause step at the end.
Yeah, I was going to add a couple of more emails just so I don't forget about them. And then I'll add a pause step, right?
Sure.
I got to go back, actually, now speaking of pause, to other workflows that I got that are rolling to make sure.
So when I hear you're on a time crunch, Vladimir, and you're like, "Ooh, I got to go to Pittsburgh. I got to get it on the road now," I would just add a pause step and be done with it. If you want to add the email steps after, you can, but you're good to go. Boom, bingo.
The reason why I always kind of try to add more but I'm always in the weeds, man. Always something, like so. Now, here is the funnel itself, right? I want to make sure that I need to make this a proper funnel. Like what I have been doing is quickly changing pictures and just slapping them, and they look like a landing page, right?
Okay.
So it's a quick and dirty way. My goal is to basically just capture a lead, and what has been a trend is that people scan these on the spot and then they move on.
Yeah.
Very rarely anybody scans after. So I'm using the same QR code. Last night I had an event at a Trump National, and I don't think that anybody scanned the same thing. So if they do, now it's a different event. I hope that nobody from the actual Trump National scans that, because I want to get him as a client, right? But
well, why don't you just make a different QR code? Can you do that?
I can do that, but don't I need so my goal is, Dante, and this is a bit of a strategy question. My goal is to have one landing page called pairing.baronofhavana.com, right? Okay. There shall be, pairing with all of the liquor manufacturers that I work with, right? That
Yep.
we do have events. My idea is to just have one landing page that is kind of gonna be all enticing to everyone, right?
Okay.
Like I know that this is like I really have to like figure it out how, and the reason why I kind of want to simplify it to like kind of to have all of them there is because I don't want to go through all this like every single time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So with that being said, my internet, I don't know what's wrong
With
with it,
that
but
being said, I think you're right on the track with that, Vladimir, but probably what I would be doing is I would probably clone the funnel and make a new funnel for each event just because I want to have at the top of the funnel the venue, the place that we're at,
Mhm,
right? I don't you it's really hard to direct all that traffic to one page in how you're doing it because you go to multiple different events.
correct.
So, if you want to have at the top of the funnel the name of the event or the venue or whatever it is, then you would just clone the funnel and you're really just replacing that top section or that top headline, which is the event. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does. Now, what I have been doing, right? My thought process is actually instead of cloning the funnel, which is behind, all I'm doing is I'm changing the pop-up, right? So the first pop-up is so for example, right here, even though I deleted the previous one, right? So the pop-up is the current event, like that
Okay.
night. What's behind is a generic pairing experience,
Okay.
right? Now that's my idea. Now this is quick and dirty. And now the pop-up, for example, is so right here, right? So yesterday I had the Trump's logo, now it's
Yep.
this logo. Um, but this thing is automatically pops up and kind of like, okay, this is like boom, like we're here, this is what's up. Here is the venue, here is the logo. Now the hosts are happy. But behind it, I kind of want to make it. I need to standardize it,
Yep.
right? And the reason why I'm thinking about that standardization is because uh, I want the same people to see. Like, let's say I'm at this event tonight, and there's one QR code, and they have a physical card. Now, I want them to, if they ever end up rescanning their card, I want
Mm.
them to see the like. You see what I'm saying? But there
Right. If
has
they
to
scan that QR code 3 months later when something happens, you want them to go to that funnel for the venue that they were at.
exactly.
Okay, so let me just do a quick little drawing for you here. You can leave your screen right there.
Mhm.
You have your one funnel.
Yeah.
You're going to have multiple QR codes pushing to that one funnel. So, tons of different ways people can get there. But that's not going to work for you because you're tweaking the funnel for the venues.
Correct.
So that just won't work for you. What you should be doing is cloning your funnel, and you should be making multiple funnels. And then each QR code just goes to that funnel. That way, if they do scan the thing 3 months later, it's going to say, cigars by Vladimir, Trump National. Thank you for it's the same page they saw before. Because
Yeah.
once you change this QR code, if somebody from Trump National scans it 3 months later, they're going to see whatever the funnel is running right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna have, let's say, just maybe like add a section like a previous events, right? And then that to be like basically like a trail of what has happened and where we've been,
But do
right?
they
But
care, or do they want the result?
yeah, that's a great question. The
Mm,
what people in like what people are interested in general is like these knowledge that we are transferring to them, like opening horizons, right? So in other words, pairing with cigars and scotch and bourbon, that's like a like an old song, but there are new tequilas that are now like the with the notes and the way that they're made is like bourbon. I mean, we talk like like outstanding drinks in a tequila clothing, right?
mhm.
And when you pair those, then you're unlocking like completely new experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought process is that, like, again, I mean, I love your idea. And basically this is what we were, this is what we did. And you want to refer to that experience. Here is exactly what has happened. But my kind of like idea was that here are new stuff, like here are new, like new things that you can learn, and therefore try to kind of mesh everything into one funnel underneath that is going to be like explaining the general principles and providing new value all the time. But it's not easy. Like, it takes me a lot of time, and for that,
Yes.
I've been just personalizing, and this is not sustainable. Again, I mean, it's kind of bringing some leads yesterday, 7, 8, 10 leads, and these are all dream customers.
Yep.
Like, these are all dream 100, like from first to last. So tonight, like, we have a private event organized by JP Morgan Private Bank for 150 people. So there's another dream 100 right there.
Yep.
So it's
So let me tell you this, Vladimir.
Yeah.
When Russell does his Dream 100, I'm actually going to stop your share really quick.
Yeah, please do.
I think I have all your answers.
Mhm.
When Russell did his Dream 100 back in the day, it was not a one-to-many. It was a one-on-one, and it took him an entire day to do. So he made videos for people in his Dream 100, and he didn't just make one video. He made 100 videos. Well, he made one video. He made one video, but he made 100 intros to the video. So he would get in his Jeep, and then he would hop out of his Jeep, and he would say, "Hey, John, Russell Brunson here. So good to speak to you. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video." And he would have an intro, and then they would put the rest of the video behind that. And then he would go back in his Jeep, and he would hop out, and he would do it again. "Hey, Dr. Kurt, Russell Brunson here. So glad to speak to you. Thank you for watching the video." It took him all day. It took him all day to do the Dream 100. So you are getting in these Dream 100 scenarios, and you should take the time to make those page specifics for these Dream 100s so we can convert as high as possible.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. And like I thought that it was like a creative way, which is the pop-up that is going to catch attention and kind of like, okay, now I'm, I feel a sense of belonging.
The pairing page is not going to change. The pop-up, that is a very creative way, but like the page itself for people to find those pairings, let's say even 3 months later, they're going to try tequila again, and they just want to go to this pairings page. That page is not really changing.
So if we're talking about pairing between tequila and cigars, the page itself would not change. Now, well, sometimes actually it does, because what changes is, since I'm looking to scale and I'm, establishing and strengthening the relationship that I have with a liquor distributor. Now, they distribute everything. They distribute that tequila, but they also distribute other tequilas.
Sure.
They also distribute, other spirits, vodkas, bourbons, scotches, and so on and so forth, right? So the idea is, I have been basically creating these pairings, like tailoring them to the spirit that will be featured at the specific event, and changing the pictures, changing everything. But my problem was that it was a PDF document, and since it's a beautiful metal card, people keep it. To be honest with you, like probably about 20% of the people only scan it. So not even everybody scans it, because people are just at the event to enjoy, right? So so now, since they were scanning and there was a lot of excitement, I thought that I need to digitalize this to at least capture those leads, right? So that was the idea behind the funnel in general. But the pictures and the pairings may change depending on the event, and I have to,
And when you say depending on the event, do you really mean depending on the liquor? Like,
yes,
one event
depending
might
on the
feature
liquor,
tequila,
correct,
another event might feature bourbon.
Yes, correct.
That's two funnels. Easy here, Vladimir. That's two different funnels. You're
Yeah.
really creative with the pop-up. That's a fantastic idea. You trigger the pop-up on entry. So as soon as they
Right.
hit the opt-in, the pop-up shows up. They can see, oh, this is the venue. This is where I'm at. Great. When the event is done, just remove the pop-up.
Yeah.
And then if somebody scans from Trump National 3 months later, they hit the page and it's the same page they saw before about
Yeah.
the same drinks they saw before. So you should have a tequila funnel and a bourbon funnel. Put the pop-up on there when the event's happening, but when the event's done, remove the pop-up. And now you just have a simple page with the pairings, the thing that they actually wanted.
Yeah. And you don't believe that if I keep basically just cloning these funnels, right? Look, I know that it's beautiful and it's respectful to the place itself, and I gotta do more in terms of the information that is added, right? Like, because I want them to really feel that it's built specifically for them, right? Because in that way, the place in the venue itself will push this forward,
Yep.
right? So but if I can easily have like 100 of these, because I already, like, isn't that gonna put like a stress on my account to ClickFunnels? Like, I'm gonna have all these. You see what I'm saying? Like, right, it's gonna be a lot of funnels. And that was another reason why I was thinking to try to standardize.
Yes.
Because I don't want to, I don't know, they have to be some kind of limits, like when it comes to the number of funnels that are out there. Or maybe I
No.
just observe the analytics.
On the plan that I think you're on, you have unlimited funnels, so you can make a bazillion funnels if you needed to. You'll never hit a limit.
Oh,
okay. But I do think there's great value to standardizing. I do think you're right on that, and you can always change up QR codes too, Vladimir.
Yeah.
So you have all the QR codes, and they redirect to a URL. So
correct.
you could always just, like, if you ever wanted to get rid of a funnel for any reason, you could just change the bit.ly URL and have it redirect, like, to your website or something like that. Anyway, I think you're right in standardizing. I think have an opt-in funnel for tequila, for bourbon, for scotch, for whiskey. Then you have an opt-in funnel for every single venue that you go to. Throw the pop-up up there, which just confirms, like, hey, you're at this venue for this thing. We have pairings specific for this venue and this thing tonight.
Yeah.
Done. Great. They close the pop-up, and now it's the same page every time.
And that's basically that was my game plan, and to have now individual, let's say, clubs that are also, like, they collaborate, but they also compete, right? Like, I mean,
Right.
one country club versus the other, right? Like, to basically have them in some sort of a section where they will be mentioned as, like a VIP or something, right? And then the also since these distributors, right, so they are throwing a lot of business our way because they pay us, and they basically pay us to advertise us, because they send me to a country club, which is my Dream 100, and they buy the cigars from me, right? So now I have direct access through them, and I'm being paid for, right? So even though it's not scalable, right, like, the scalability comes from one to many, but the idea, I kind of want to give them respect and
You want to
point
nurture
them
that
out
relationship so you can keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I do have them as like a, partnered with, sponsored by, and so on and so forth. It's the generic section. As I want them to also, they love this idea of cards, because people, they see, and we personalize all these cards on a spot. So there's even, more exclusivity to the event, which I'm making on their behalf, right? Nobody else does that. I mean, liquor or cigar, nobody. So but I'm just, like, now fine tuning that message, and obviously there has to be converted into a funnel itself. Like, you gotta, that game plan has to be properly executed. That on one hand, I don't have to make this all the time, because they do put stress on me, right? Like, I mean, all I'm doing is just building these funnels. I mean, and it's not that it's not productive, but it's like I got other stuff to do, right? I gotta do marketing. I gotta promote. Like, I can't just be building funnels, right? So no, but as long as, like, this thing works, let me just show you the rest. So basically, now these are pictures. They're there's no hyperlinks here. Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped sharing. and then I you know, I will leave the podium to somebody else. But so basically, right, so the pairing experiences, and then boom, there is a, you know, we call it the connoisseur circle. Sign up here, the art of pairing, and then I have these three, right? Like well, this is my company, right? Like, but I have the tequila and the Fedway. I'm just gonna leave that there. And the idea is now to have at least some kind of a workflow attached to this, so people get something. And there's 2 emails. I think that they should be there.
Exit top left. We can make sure those emails are there.
Yeah, and then something is there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the trigger is good, like the actual setup
we can check it out. Let's go to your workflow, and at the very top we're going to see our trigger.
Okay.
Yes, click on that. Move you here so I can see. So the event type is opt-in. The event type being the action that they had to take. So, and remember, this workflow is paired to this page. So when they opt in on this page, whoop, they're going to be taken in. They will hit that trigger and go through the workflow. You're perfect.
Gotcha. And the thank you is just something they see. However, they're receiving an email, that first email, because they opted in, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Yeah, that's now is there any way for me to do the following, right? So I had these contacts coming in yesterday, and I kind of just want to attach, like, a kind of tag him and then send him the email, because we did promise that. Because yesterday I didn't have any emails attached, right? And that was, so I have you know, a couple of guys. Now, is there a way for me to know that they came from a specific funnel?
Yes.
Okay.
Click into any contact.
Okay.
And then go to the I think marketing.
I see source, the art of pairing, copy of the funnel.
There it is. Yep.
Perfect. Awesome.
Now you can also filter contacts. I took you into the contact profile itself, but you can filter your contacts also. Hit back on your breadcrumbs at the top. Yep.
Because I want to tag these guys that came from this funnel and send them something, because they opted in, they got nothing.
Yes.
So at least want to send them one email.
You could filter them as well. Click that filter really quick. And then we have tons of different filters. I think there's a funnel filter. I just can't see my screens across the. Let me do. Enrolled in course. No. Opted in on funnel step.
Now, I just gotta, I don't think these contacts have been tagged yet, right?
Correct.
I didn't have a workflow. Go ahead.
I'm just showing you how to. Right now, you have a small number of contacts.
Yeah.
There's like 7, but when you have 700, you can filter and get everybody in one shot. So you can always filter by the funnel people opted in at, the products they purchased, the things that they've done.
Excellent. Okay,
Let's close those filters down. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to check on all those contacts who weren't tagged, because those are the opt-ins, correct?
Correct.
Great.
And since they came, okay, so, funnel workflow order. I don't have any order.
Let's go to their activity.
Okay. Okay, so this is golf collection. You didn't buy. At least I don't have that order. Click on that.
Yes.
So he did.
So he probably abandoned his cart.
Okay, is there a way for me to see abandoned cart?
Yes, that would again be filtering. It would be that they opted in on this funnel step.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, remember, like this could be one of the guys that went back and forth
Yep.
and abandoned the card. Yes,
Sure
yes,
could.
yes.
So let's filter really quick then. Exit, breadcrumb, perfect. Go back to your filter.
hmm
Opted in on funnel step. Choose the right funnel step. You can type to search if you know the name.
I actually don't. Would there be an order?
No, we're looking for your opt-in. You're looking for people that opted in on that opt-in page, correct?
Yeah.
So your most recent funnels are going to be down at the bottom of your list. It'll probably just be down there.
The art of pairing, I guess.
I believe so.
Yeah.
If you
Yep.
want, you can open up a new browser tab, Vladimir, and go to myclickfunnels.com.
This is a different one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back and forth.
No, you're great. It's totally fine. Yep, you can exit.
This
You don't even need to let it load. You can just exit top left where you are. Yep, perfect.
like just kill it.
Right here.
Okay. No.
Back.
Okay.
Exit. Yes, perfect.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, hold on. One more.
And yep, one more. Now we'll find that funnel name.
The art of pairing. Yep.
Great. So this is probably going to be it then. But go ahead, click in really quick. Click the name of it.
I see 4 opt-ins, so that's probably like the most recent 4.
Yes.
It's just my wild guess.
And it is the art of pairing. And perfect.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your other tab now at the top.
The art of pairing right here. It's the actual art of pairing, right?
That's exactly right. Go ahead and apply that filter. Then we could make an and filter if we wanted to. And would be, we have 2 rules that or 2 filters they would have to meet. So if you clicked and, you could also filter by date of opt-in. So now you could filter, looking in the future, you have 5 different opt-in funnels for the 5 different venues, pairings, Scotch bourbon, all that. So you can filter by funnel and date of opt-in. Okay. And then you can see exactly who opted into what funnel at which event. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Great. Yeah. And then you can make mass actions really quick. Let me show you this because I know you probably got to hit the road soon. Click the little check boxes on the left of the contact themselves. Okay. Great. We'll choose all the contacts. Yep. And now we can have an action top right.
Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. I'm crazy. It's here. Bulk actions.
Okay.
There you go. Tag. Okay. Yes, sir. And also right there, yep, add tags, whatever you'd like.
Pairing.
Great.
Is that okay, where is
well, that'll let you know that they were a pairing person. I would probably be changing the workflow of each venue and the tag that's applied, and I would make it pairing dash venue name.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Then you can get even more granular and specific.
And I should, yes.
As you should, yes, sir. Yep.
Perform tag action.
Perform the action. This will probably just take about 60 seconds, depending on server updates. Then you can do that same thing. Just click any 2 contacts. Then click your bulk actions just so I can show you how this works. Yes.
One guy's missing. Oh,
no. Remember, we filtered them. These are the people we just applied the tag to. We filtered them. So we are only applying the tag to people that opted in on that pairings opt-in page.
Yeah,
so any abandoned carts like that and that are probably abandoned carts on your order funnel.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying this guy has been tagged as pairing. No, I'm looking at there's 4 of them, but there's the space. Somehow this guy James Bishop got in between, right? So
because he did not meet the filter of the people we just filtered.
No, I understand. So the pairing tags that have received nothing, I just want them to get that first email. That's all.
So bulk actions.
Bulk action.
Run workflow.
Run workflow.
Choose the proper workflow.
The pairing journey.
I would imagine.
Is that force run?
So if you force run, this will make. You can have workflows be set up different ways. You can have it run back to back, which I recommend. Run back to back means if somebody opts in this month and they get through your workflow and then they opt in again next month, they can just go right through the workflow again. Every time they opt in, they get to go through the workflow like a unique person. But let's say you had your workflow set up where they could only go through once and they could not go through again. That would be where you would want to use force run here. You're not setting up your workflows that way, so you probably don't have to. But if you wanted to just double check and make sure that everybody's going to go through the workflow and everybody's going to get the email, then go ahead and turn on force run. Nice. Perform the action. And bingo, those people are being added to the workflow. We just saw it in the top right. They're going to receive those emails pretty much immediately.
Awesome. No, that's all I need, Dante. Thank you so much. I have another email, I believe, attached to this workflow. Let me just make sure.
You did. You had you had a tag, an email, a 1-day delay, and another email.
Exactly. So, and then there is a pause, but I will at some point tomorrow look to add another email because tomorrow I'm returning. So now make sure that I'm not scrambling on Friday or Thursday, whenever it is, to be, sending these emails. So
that's exactly
right.
You,
thank you so much, Dante.
You have tons of time tomorrow. So yeah, pretty much any time before tomorrow. I bet your event's at like 6 o'clock. So anytime tomorrow before 6 o'clock, just go add the rest of the emails, remove the pause step. Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dante.
Got it, Vladimir. Great work, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Doug is up next. Great to see you, Doug. How can I help today, my friend?
Yeah. Hey, good morning. You hear me okay? Am I coming across?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. That's refreshing for a start. After all the time, maybe the gremlins escaped from the computer. But anyways, so I'm all around it. I'm just trying to get some traction, momentum, and get a flagship product, basically. So, this question, it's a strategy question.
Cool.
Not nearly as far along or detailed as the great job that Vladimir is doing, but just trying to get going. And my niche has been pickleball, but it's getting late in the season, so I'm not gonna be doing that route. And I am in the buy more machine. Okay, so I would like to get something going there.
Cool.
And here's my thing. I understand if you want to get 15 to 20 products. You can fulfill off of Amazon, let's say. Maybe the goal is hopefully to break even, hopefully, and maybe to make some money on some upsells or what have you, or more of the same. And so there's a Christmas product on there I can discuss in a minute with you that's there. It's
Cool.
pretty popular. The other one I was thinking is a colleague of mine's husband used this heat massage gun. It's like a vibrating and it has got a heat head on it.
Cool.
And there's only one person on Amazon that's selling that particular version that has the actual special heat tip, which I've been trying to figure out how to source from China. I'm not having much luck, but I think I can eventually find it. There's a whole bunch of people. So in other words, I don't know if I necessarily need to validate a product, and I'm willing to take a chance not to do that just to get something going because I see these things are selling like on Amazon. This person in this store that has the only one with the heat attachment has sold 800 units in the last month at they're either 29 or $39. I think it's $40. Okay.
Wow.
So there's a lot of traction there. But then when I went on eBay, there were more than one seller, maybe 4 to 6 that had that attachment on that gun. So I find that kind of unusual. So I was thinking about doing that, but then again, in the buy more machine, you have to, I mean, you don't have to have upsells or, more of the same, of course, for the V curve. But the upsells, like say, if you don't have it, see, I also want to forward think, what product am I going to put on the front end here that, that I can have other products for upsells, even if they're, fulfilled from Amazon or they're affiliate offers or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how my mind is kind of working. What do I get? How do I just start? Um, and I'll just say the Christmas thing, you've probably seen it. And I saw it because it was a pop-up by QVC. And we know QVC is just like huge, right? Um, and they have these packages of these Christmas, these gift wrap bags. And they're basically the thing where you don't have to go to the store, you don't have to, buy the roll and the tape and all that stuff and get the boxes. You just put it in here, you have the drawstring on it, right? You close them up, you can use them for Christmas, and then you get some generic ones for birthdays and stuff like that. So that was the product I was thinking of putting in there. A lot of people selling it
Mm-hmm.
on Amazon. There's all kinds of different price points depending on whether you're buying packages of 10, or whatever the packages are, and the values in terms of the number of bags and the size and the style of bags. And the price is anywhere from like 10 to 30 bucks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also noticed that, as you know, on Amazon, some of these sellers, to compete, they will have specials. Like there's one running now for one of the products that's like 10 bucks off. So, if I pick this, I got to pick a price point. And I'm thinking this might work to my advantage because as it gets closer to Christmas, it's going to be the proverbial race to the bottom. So if I can figure out what my price point is and then maybe fulfill from some of these that are dropping their prices, I could even make more, average cart value or something like that. But then again, it's going to be hard to determine, what if you do a particular package and that Amazon seller isn't providing that exact package, it's not going to work right in the funnel. So,
Yes.
and the good thing about Christmas products is I can do a lot of upsells by fulfilling from Amazon because there's a ton of products that you can add for Christmas, whether it's, I don't know, bad example, postcards or um, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that you can add. So I'll be quiet
Mm.
now and talk. So these are kind of my strategies. Whereas if I did the heat gun, you see, at this point, and I think I should try to do the Christmas thing. If I did the heat gun, I don't know right now what other products I would use. I could do more of the same, but I don't know what upsells I would do for that. It might work good if I had a pickleball group where people were exercising and they were having pain and they could use the heat massage, but I'm not there yet.
Great. Great. Great questions, Doug. So for your heat gun, remember the beauty of Trey's methodology is it is a one SKU selling system. That is huge. I heard you mention, I don't know what other products I would throw on the back of it. You don't have to throw other products on the back. You just need one. Heat gun example. Order form sells the heat gun itself. Once they buy the heat gun, OTO1 is more of the same. Hey, do you want to add 3 more heat guns to your order? OTO2 can then be an upgrade. So what you could do, Doug, which you might not want to in this case, but this is a great example of upgrade. I would sell just a massage gun on the front end. And then I would have my upgrade be, do you want to upgrade to the heat tip?
Yeah, I'd have to source them, but yeah, that would be okay.
And that's one SKU. That's one SKU in the funnel. You're just selling the same product multiple different ways and then offering upgrades. You don't need complementary products on the back end of the funnel. Same thing with the Christmas wrapping, really. Like for the Christmas wrapping, in both of these scenarios, I thought free plus shipping on the front end. So like for the heat gun, maybe you could have like people that are using massage guns, they have muscle soreness, aches, and pains. So we could have a cheap front end price point product for those aches and pains. It'd be something along the lines of, like I don't know, maybe an ointment cream. So then you can run ads to a ointment cream and that could be your flagship product. And then the first upsell is, hey, do you want to triple your order and get more ointment cream? The next upsell is, hey, now that you have this cream, do you want a massaging gun to make sure that it gets absorbed into your skin properly and releases your muscles so that you get the best benefit? And then they buy the heat gun, and then it's Moss after that. Hey, do you want to double your order on heat guns? Then it's an upgrade. Hey, do you want to upgrade all of your massage guns to the heat tip version?
Right. Okay, this is interesting because I know from what I've been seeing a lot lately and in the past, they're talking about, the front end, but I kind of tie it more to an opt-in, like a $7 product, like $5 to $10 is like what
Yep.
you're talking about, like the
Yep.
cream, whatever.
And then you
Something like
position
that.
product as free plus shipping. It's a cheap, low price point product. You say, I'll give it to you for free, just cover shipping. $5.97 to $9.97 is the sweet spot for that.
Okay, so then, um, you think that would be just a good hook to get people in? Because, I like the idea about just the regular gun minus the tips, minus the heat tips, which, are appearing hard to find, but it's doable. I know. I just got to get the right spot. Um, it's so generic in a way because, like on Amazon, like I said, there's only one with the heat tip that I found it, and then there's just boatloads down the list of all the normal ones. So I don't know, and I know we're not selling to Amazon customers. But to me, it just seems like it's too generic of upfront product to be a strong enough hook. So I got to kind of think about that as well. But I like the concept about like, hey, add this tip. But then there comes in, I'm putting the cart before the horse. But then there comes in and you say it's one SKU. But somebody, if they end up the one that order the three, well, they might say, oh, I only want two heat tips instead of, So then there's a whole logistics and figuring that out. But I guess that could be done,
Well,
after
how
the fact.
Upgrade works, an in buyback machine, we're actually writing you guys code right now to make all this happen automatically. Upgrade upgrades all of their existing products on the order. So example, order form.
Right.
Let's say on the order form, they just buy one heat gun. We take them to upsell one, Moss. Then on Moss, they buy 3 heat guns. So now they're at a total of 4. After
Right.
Moss, we take them to upgrade, and it upgrades all 4 units to the massage tip. The heat tip. We don't give them an option of how many units you want to upgrade. It's
Okay.
upgrade all of your units.
Okay, I got that. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, it's one or none, or it's basically one or none, basically all or none.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Okay, so are we thinking Christmas? Are we thinking heat gun? Are we thinking start with the gun? Start with, try to find something, to be a low front end product that's going to tie into the heat gun or something for free that I can find cheap on Amazon for a Christmas hook,
Well, I
from the
mean, that price
597 to
point.
997.
So that
Yeah.
price point for the massaging gun,
They're like 40 bucks. I actually, I went on Amazon. I don't know if you have any tips on this, but I looked at the seller that was on Amazon and I don't know if they're required to or Amazon requires to, but there was a product page there and it said the manufacturer and it had a name. And I searched for that on Alibaba, AliExpress. I put it in a GPT. It's like, I'm going to do a deep research and I'll get back to you tomorrow. And so I thought about all this, and then it gave me these options, but I still couldn't find that manufacturer exactly. So I was thinking that was going to be a good way to look at these spec sheets to find out where it was produced and stuff like that. So I don't know how accurate that information is or why I couldn't find it based on this guy's ad to source these heat tips basically. Yeah, and so I ended up buying the product not from Amazon but from eBay for about the same price because I don't want to, I want to keep myself separate from that. So that should be arriving soon, and I'm hoping there's some information in the manual about that, but I doubt there will be. It's obviously white label.
yes, I'm sure it is. I'm sure that it is. Man, Doug, it is so important to validate our product. It is so important to get people to say, yes, I want to buy this. So I might even throw a survey out there to your current Pickle Chicks community that you have, the people that you've already been able to talk to. And I might still try and validate the product because it's like, if we don't validate, we are guessing and we're putting eggs in a basket. On the same hand, massage guns have been popular for a really long time. People buy massage guns. As they get older, they get massage guns, and people age every single day. So people buying massage guns is not going to stop, from what I can see, in the next 10 years until the new opportunity for health hits the market. What I would tell you to do is, if you want to lead with that heat gun, if that's what you want to start with, I would just make a massage gun funnel. Honestly, and I would take out the upgrade OTO, and I would put, I believe in Buyback Machine, Trey has already trained on the 2 upsells number 2. It's upgrade or it's the rewards program. Are you familiar with the rewards program?
Yeah, I'm mostly through that training. I'm not through all of it. Some of the modules, I think he's got another live coming up, or unless I missed it. But yeah, the rewards would be nice. And I actually kind of like that because it's uh, like, but selling 50, like say a restaurant, a gift certificate for, see, I like the reward, like $50 and get it for 14.97, and I'm thinking only 14.97, and it's apparently it costs like pennies or something like that. So $15, a little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. But I'm thinking, I'm used to back in the day, the Groupon, where you'd get $40 of food at the burger joint for $20. It's half off. And I'm like, woo, that's a great deal. So I'm thinking, why isn't the rewards program like $50 worth of Applebee's for $25, or something like that? So I guess I digress, but see,
You could, but we want to make a sexy offer because this is pretty much straight profit. So I want this OTO too. I want that to convert like crazy. I want everybody to take that, and we do that by making an irresistible offer, a true attractive offer. We're now beating out Groupon, and it's so funny you said that. Groupon is the standard that you have when you think about coupons or rewards. You're thinking half, right? That's your standard. As many people, that's their standard. So imagine what happens imagine you go through a funnel and you see somebody offer you $50 to Applebee's for just $15. Would you jump at that?
I'd be like, that's off the rails.
Of course you would. And so would your customers. And now we have tons of people getting into OTO2 because remember, the rewards program is a monthly program. They're going to be charged $15 a month. And the typical churn rate on those reward programs is about 6 months. So you're getting $15 times 6, which is what, 85? I'm terrible at math. That's why we want to have a really great price point to incentivize the most amount of people to take that upsell, because that's just pure profit, basically.
So then, kind of in summary, then, my pickleball chicks, no straight pickles involved, by the way. Yeah. I don't think the chicks are carrying around the pickles, but anyways, just a side note here. The pickleball chicks, I've got like 162 that ended up being opt-ins, and I haven't warmed them up. It's really cold, so I don't know about the survey. And honestly, Dante, I'm willing just to jump in and take a chance instead of messing with the survey, because I did the jot form for the pickleball. I just couldn't get it going. I couldn't get it. I didn't have much luck getting it on the Facebook groups. And when I did, there was not a very good response. I could run engagement ads to it and all that stuff, but or I could sit here for 2 months and not do anything. I know the products are going to sell, and if push comes to shove, and I make a little money, or I break even, or even if I lose a little bit of money, the experience I get by going through the template, putting everything in, getting the experience from doing it. Honestly, I feel like I'm on a slow boat from China. Like, I'm shipping myself. I'm my own best example. I'm going slow. So, to me, another month or losing a month or two, is irrelevant. I mean, maybe when I get going and I get in Q4 going forward, I'll realize the importance and the urgency of all this stuff. But right now, I'm kind of like just coasting through. Nothing's happening. And, if
you want
to
take action.
Yeah, I gotta take action. I gotta do something, and I don't know if I want to mess around with validating. I just throw mud at the wall here on this one. I know that there is some life in it. And the experience of going through it, set up the workflows, doing what I have to do the thing, will be more valuable experience than even if I make $1,000, And I mean,
Great.
That's how I'm starting to think about it now.
Great. First thing I would say to that is to remind you that although the product will sell, that's not good enough. It is so good to validate our product, just like Trey's example of you have an event happening in your local area and you're like, great, I'm going to buy a booth and I'm going to sell drinks because it's summer and it's hot. I love Mountain Dew. I know gas stations carry Mountain Dew, so I'm going to bring Mountain Dew. But your customers didn't want Mountain Dew. They wanted a drink, but they wanted a different drink. So it is so important to validate our products. However, in a place like you're in where you want to take massive action, you want to do the thing, you want to get the funnel across the finish line, I agree. And I think it's a wise decision for you to launch this bad boy. It kind of goes against what Trey says, but I understand what you're saying. I want to build the funnel. I want to do the things. I want to launch it. I want to do this. And you're FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon. You're going to run arbitrage at the beginning. So this means you're not going to have to invest $10,000 and ship product in and warehouse it. You just want to build the funnel, launch the funnel, run some ads to it, and see if it sells. And if it does, you'll FBA, and then you can go from there. Is that about right?
Exactly.
Run it, Doug. Run it.
All right. Let me just kind of just take that note. I don't know if this is. I'm not at the point now necessarily where I'm going to ask you like, hey, run this by Trey. But if the opportunity comes up, I mean, I know he's going to say validate and all that stuff, but not so much that, but just about maybe the product or how to position it with the free plus shipping. And then go to the upsells, or just straight with the heat gun or straight with the Christmas thing. So I'm still kind of I think I know what I need to do to launch and not necessarily validate, just take a chance at it. But I guess I would be starting using his platform, the Buy More machine, how to what product to use and whether just to jump in with it in the straight funnel or to try to do a free plus shipping or a low end front offer. I guess that would be my question for him.
Yeah, we can definitely ask him. I wouldn't even worry about the free plus shipping. That heat gun is at a really attractive price point. Most heat guns that I'm aware of are 100 plus. And in Trey's example of the ratchet sets, I think it's like a $47 product. So
Something
you're
like that,
right.
yeah.
You're right in that $40 range. I wouldn't even personally, I wouldn't even worry about free plus shipping on the front end. I would just have the heat massage gun be the flagship product, and that's your one SKU. Launch that. Then if you're making sales, okay, then we can look at other free plus shipping funnels and other ways to sell the gun.
Yeah, that can bring people in, different people in toward that heat gun with a front end offer that's really low, and then just kind of work it, reverse engineered from there. Basically, is what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see what Trey has to say and see how it goes today. And if it comes up, it comes up. But I'm gonna start working on this then. But I think I'll start the heat gun. But if there's a chance to ask him about that, it'd be great. If not, we'll see how it goes. The call.
Cool. That sounds great. We'll probably have time. I think we'll have time to talk about that.
All right, man. Thank you, Dante.
Awesome. You got it, Doug. All right, let's hop over to John. Great to see you, John. How can I help today?
Well, good morning, Dante. How are you doing?
Living the dream. How about yourself?
Good, my friend. Good. Let me just get the camera on. There we go.
There
All
he
right.
is.
So, I and all is glory. I only have two questions this morning.
Sure.
I'm ready to launch my funnel or the first part of it. May I share my screen?
Please.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Two things I've picked up, like I've pulled this product in from a ZenDrop, and on the ZenDrop site, I spoke to them, but they say I should be able to change the price on this, and I have changed the price, but it's not reflecting here. I don't know why.
Okay. I understand exactly why. I understand why. You have another ClickFunnels tab open right now to the right of where you are. Yeah, take me over there. That's your products tab. Beautiful. Take me into just...
This one here. This is the one that I imported.
That'll be great. Scroll me down to pricing. And there we go. Okay. So your price is $34.97. Your compare at amount that's what's showing that strike through on the order form. Trey does not normally do that. I've seen him multiple times tell people not to put the compare at amount. It's just too much nonsense, too much clutter on the order form. But you have $34.97, and Really quick,
let's
just
do that.
remove that compare for me. No. Keep it visible. You're fine. You keep that price
Oh,
visible.
gotcha.
The compare
Oh, God.
at. Let's take that off.
Sorry, just give me a second.
A-okay.
Just one second.
Nice. Yep, into settings.
Okay.
And just remove. Great. And let's turn visible back on there in the product settings. Go one tab back to the right.
I believe it is visible.
I didn't see it in settings though. So go to settings there and let's just double check. Just turn that
Oh,
on.
look at that.
Just to make sure.
Gotcha.
I think you're fine, but just making sure we're doing the right thing. Yeah, okay. So now you're inside the editor, and inside the editor, you might not see the proper price displayed. We really want to look at the live page to see what it looks like. So once
Okay,
this pulls up,
I gotta jump on this now. No, I'm gonna do something.
let's see.
I apologize, Dante. My internet's a bit slow today.
That's A-okay. Everybody's has been really slow today.
Okay, so
Okay, and you're in the editor. I actually want you to, really quick, let's make your order form a one-step. It'll just make it so much easier to look and preview. So go to your checkout steps. It's actually a couple, yes, beautiful. Checkout steps, one step, and save in the top right. And I can see that, yeah, this is actually looking good. I think this is going to work just fine. And then preview top right once it saves. There you go. Let's give it a preview top right.
okay.
Uh-huh. And let's see. Interesting.
I know, right?
Interesting. Take me back to your products tab, please. It's a couple browser tabs to your right. One more.
Yep.
Yeah, scroll me down. What I was wondering. Okay. Shouldn't be a problem.
Should we deactivate this?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. And update at the bottom. Great.
Okay, so I'm going to close that, update this tab here, and then
Why do you have a variant, John?
what do you mean?
Well, you have a variant of the product, and as Trey teaches, it's a one SKU methodology. It should only be one product, no variants, no choices, no options for customers, no colors, no anything like that.
Okay, let me just see, because I have no idea what you just were talking
okay,
about.
so you're on
my
your
friend.
site and blog right now. Yeah, there you go. All products. Scroll me down. No, you were perfect. Right back there. Scroll me down. Uh-huh. Why do you have that variant?
You know what? And the truth be told, I think it actually just pulled in when I imported the product from ZenDrop.
Probably.
Because I didn't choose it by choice.
Okay, you don't
because I have no idea what it is.
You do not need that variant then, John, especially with how Trey teaches it. One SKU through
Delete
the whole funnel. One decision that a customer makes on the order form. So let's just delete that variant.
So I've deleted it. The reason it came in is if you look at the video of the order form page,
Yes.
that Trey teaches, there's a section where I think the gentleman's name is Ben.
Ben, yep.
That shows you the first option of the 6 options that you are going to launch. He actually uses the actual product that he imported from ZenDrop, and that's the only reason I proceed. did that.
I understand
So
completely.
let's have a look here.
Yes. So that is 100% when it came through from ZenDrop. Let's just go back to your product page really quick. I want to make sure the variant was deleted. So scroll me down. It looks like it was. Keep going. Yeah. Variant's gone. Great. Awesome. Let's go back up and
Okay.
double check your price point.
Okay.
Up
on.
just a little bit to price, and there it is, $34.97.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, let's go back here. Let's go 2 tabs to the right to your preview page that you have pulled up.
No, I actually closed that because I need to update that. So let's just get the preview page up and running here again, and let's
Sure.
And it's still there.
That is so interesting, John. Trey's here, so let's hop into TREYDAY. Let's learn Ecom. Let's do big things with Trey. Stick with me. After this is done, I'll take another look at that with you.
That'll be great. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I've got 2 other questions if I'm not running too much over time here.
Well, let's just save them till the end. I'll have time to answer them for you.
Okay, wonderful. Let's do that. Thank you so
Awesome.
much, Dante.
You got it, John. Great stuff. All right, gang. 12 o'clock on a Tuesday. You know what that means. TREYDAY, baby. Trey's here with us, as always, going to drop some knowledge, and we are ready to hear it. Hi, there he is. Good to see you, Trey.
What's up, man? How are you?
Living the dream. How are you?
Dude, I'm well. I got to meet a superhero of mine this past Friday. So I'm pretty. Did my video just cut out? That's weird.
Oh, you have OBS.
No, it's not on OBS.
Let me
Let's
see.
try this.
Let me try this.
So there's
And
that.
you're
video.
back when I remove. And
Hold on. It might be mine. Hold on. There we go. I don't know. I clapped,
there he is.
and then it went dark. So maybe I got the magic in my hands. I'm not sure.
Superhero. Who'd you meet?
Yeah, dude, superhero. So, someone who's been in my ear for the last 2 years is a man named Pastor Stephen Furtick, who's out of Charlotte, Carolinas. And I wanted to talk about something that I learned during that and then into that and then how I can apply it to, what we do today. And so, anyways, I'd like to take maybe the first part of the call for that and then get into some beautiful questions around funnels and optimizations. But this is going to be for everybody. This is a great just way that I view life and how I go about, what I do, because it came from this actually question is spurred, or what I'm telling you about today was spurred from a conversation Charlie and I had yesterday. So it's kind of full circle here. So got to meet a really cool Pastor Furtick. And when I say cool, like I grabbed tickets to his concert. At the bottom of the email for the confirmation of the tickets, by the way, this is like a Taylor Swift concert, okay? It was sold out arena. I don't know what Enterprise Arena holds. I'm sure it's 30 to 50,000 people somewhere in there. It might be less, it might be more, but let's just say there was not one seat open, okay? It was packed. So really cool. Sold all these tickets, and I get an email that says, hey, here's your tickets, see you tonight. And at the very bottom, just like Russell Brunson does, like, hey, here's some other cool things if you're interested, with links, it had in small text, it was like, Steven's going to be doing a book signing a few hours prior to the event. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, we could actually meet this guy, And there is one thing I would do differently, and I'll tell you that here in a minute. But we go to it. It was at the doors open at 3:30, book signings at 4, concerts at 7. So really close window. We get there at 4, and there's already a massive line. We were actually before, when we got there, they held us before the metal detectors. And we could see the crowd, we could see where Steven was. They actually had him like in a box, which was kind of interesting, like by drapes. Like, so you couldn't see him, but you knew like he was in there, right? And then all the bodyguards. And so we're waiting. And this lady comes by and she goes, hey, just so you know, you're probably not going to make it to the signing. And I was like, well, that sucks. Still cool for the concert, but I had a question I wanted to ask Furtick. And the guy I went with, Brian, who's a very big Christian guy, I was like, it's whatever. Like, it's cool. Like, we got to kind of see him from afar. Like, that's pretty legit. And I was like, so what do you want to do? You want to like go get dinner? Because we had space. You want to go get dinner? We're kind of conversating. And a couple minutes goes by and the lady comes back, same lady who said, hey, just so you know, she comes back, she goes, they got room for 5 more. We can let 5 more people in. And I counted, there was a girl, her daughter, and then there was us. We were part of that 5. Just by time, there's a huge line behind us. So she lets us in, and I look back and they like literally are closing the gates and everybody's like sad that they didn't make that. And here we are able to go through. Cool. So they take you to a table where you can buy a book that's going to get signed if you didn't bring one. I buy a book and we wait in line. And, you know, the one thing that I noticed, which, you know, selfishly speaking, when I go to like a ClickFunnels event, I call that ground zero. Like all you guys, you know, you're amazing. You come see me, you know, you spot me and you come tell me and you know, it's the, hey, you changed my life. You did this such great. I did what you told me to do. I went and did this, and those are really cool. And I'm glad that I've experienced that, because how those are amazing, how much those are amazing. There's so many of them that I can't remember them all. But they're good to hear, right? They lift you up. They're like, oh, that's, I mean, hey, I'm so cool. And makes your ego like not fit through doors. And one thing I've realized is all these other people, these writers, these artists, these influencers and such are having the same things happen to them. You know, when I'm in this line, I can just hear the stories. I was listening to you when I was working out and this happened. I was in prison and you were my voice. You were my, you know, my leader, and you led me and you know, Steven's just like, yeah, it's like, that's so cool. Shaking hands, gets pictures. And so I knew going into this signing that I wanted to be different, that I wasn't going to praise him, but ask him for something. And I learned this technique from a book called 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Mayer. It's a very tiny book. It was actually made for real estate agents. I read it as an insurance agent, took it, went crazy, met that author, same kind of scenario actually, met that author, and we become good friends. Like we text, we talk, we, you know, like cool, and follow each other's journey, right? And so it comes my time to say hi, you know, to Steven Furtick. And for me, I get nervous, I get scared, I get like, I don't know, just out of my skin almost. And I know that I won't remember anything he says because I'm just too in the moment. And it'll just like, he could say like, here's the answer to life. And I'd be like, cool, what did he just say? Because I totally just forgot what he just said. Like 3 seconds later, I knew that was going to happen. So Brian, who's with me, I said, make sure on your phone, because they're going to take videos and photos on my phone, make sure on your phone you're recording this because I'm not going to remember any of it. I can guarantee it. This doesn't enter my memory, my mind. It's really weird. But Brian's as sharp as a tack, smartest dude, like super intelligent. What goes in stays in for his brain. And the question I asked was a top 3 question. Michael Mayer says, you know, where he kind of trains it in the book is when you go to an event, like a chamber event, BNI, you know, Formula One race, like wherever you're headed, ClickFunnels event, Funnel Hacking Live, Mastermind, like any of these big events where there's gonna be a lot of people, it's very hard for you to meet everyone in a setting. Like if there's 100 people and you spend 5 minutes with every person, it's 500 minutes. That's not enough time, especially when we're running in between events and all the things that are going on and blah, blah, blah. So the question he says is go to the event planner, the person who's putting on the event, like a Dante and or a Miles, and ask Dante, hey, of this event that I'm coming to, who are the top 3 people I should probably be introduced to? Who are the top 3 people I should talk to? And they know, because they know your story, they know who you are, and they're like, oh man, Ecom, like, let me think, who's coming that's in e-commerce or doing e-commerce? Oh, I know, like Jake, John, and Steven. Cool. I write those names down, Jake, John, and Steven. And then when I'm at that event, I go to Dante or I go to Miles. I'm like, Miles, dude, I called you like 3 weeks ago, remember? And I asked you who are the top 3 people I should go visit. And you said it's John, Jake, and Steven. And you're like, yeah. can you introduce me to those guys? Are they here? Yeah, John's right there. Let me go. Let's just do this. So Miles will take me over to John. John, this is Trey. He's in e-commerce. You got to meet Trey. John does this. Trey, you guys got to meet. Cool. So now, through the through association, it's transferred. The transfer of authority is done, because Miles, who both parties respect, made the intro, and so now that intro is solid, versus me just going up and be like, I'm Trey, let me tell you my entire story. Right? And that introduction happens. Whatever happens from there is kind of up to me or him, right? Do we talk? Do we chat? Do we do business? Do we catch up with one another? Are we accountability partners? Are we business partners? Are we just, hey, that one time that we met, good, see you at another event. So I've taken that idea of the top 3 and just kind of shifted it around. So not just top 3 people, but top 3 books, top 3 mentors, top 3 investment accounts, top 3 stock portfolios, top 3 whatever. And with Furtick, what I did with him was when we went up to him, I said, hey, real quick, what are the top 3 most recent books that have transformed you, empowered you, and motivated you? And he goes, oh man, you know the names, but when someone asks you the question, you forget. He goes, let me think about this. And so he starts thinking, and he just kind of sits there for a minute to really put a lot of thought into it. And then he told me the 3 books. I'll give those to you guys because I think it's really important. Let me pull up my I made a post about this. So if you haven't seen my post yet, let's see. The 3 books are The Life You've Always Wanted, which is a spiritual discipline for ordinary people, The Screwed Tape Letters, and The Will of God as a Way of Life. So he just like rattled those off, and of course I forgot them all. Luckily Brian remembered them all. I wrote them in the chat for you, Dante. And that was it. He said, God bless. Our 2 minutes were over, and the ushers were like, okay, get out of here. So then, we went, and then I literally stepped like 3 steps aside, and I went to Amazon, and I went bop, 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 and I bought them, right? I did the same thing to Russell Brunson 6-7 years ago. He actually tells this story because he goes, Trey came into my office, and we're sitting there with our shoes off and our big toes flying, because that's the Brunson way. And we're just sitting there, and this is when he had an office, and the library of his was actually in his office. And I remember sitting there, I'm looking at these books, thousands of books. And I'm looking at them all, I'm like, wow, it's a lot of books, Russell. A lot of tapes, a lot of movies, a lot of DVDs. He's like, oh yeah, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I said, dude, I can see that. I said, what's your favorite top 3? He's like, oh, boop, boop, boop. Named them off real quick. Top 3. Put them down in chat notes. Cool. And then we started talking about something else. And then he Voxed me a week later. He goes, I'm kind of really upset with you. You just walk into my office, ask me, what top 3 books I like. I give you the highlight reel, the best one of the best. And I took all this time, all this energy to go through all of them. And you just come in and just ask me what's the top 3, and I give them to you. I just gave them to you. Yeah. He's like, that was super smart. That was super smart, because decades of time was spent finding those 3 books, right, that he gave me. And the same thing here with Furtick. Think of the people that Furtick is in relationships with, the people he's able to talk to, the people he's able to call, the movement that he's making. Doing a lot of really cool things, right? And for him to give me those top 3 books was what in 2 minutes was dead to find those 3 books. Pretty cool, right?
Very
pretty cool. So one of those books, like I showed you guys, was this one. Really cool. The Life You Always Wanted. It's already here. Amazon gets stuff here in like 3 days, sometimes an hour. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to announce here, and this is where Charlie's kind of come into play. But Charlie asked me yesterday, he goes, Trey, how do you have so much time for these videos? These, like jumping on calls and spending time with us. Like, I know you're running other businesses and companies. How do you have the time to do this? Because I'm overwhelmed with all the time. And 3 pages into this book, no, sorry, 3 pages into this book, I think is a really good line. And Charlie, this isn't at you, by the way. I appreciate the question because it makes me think of how do I get away with a lot of this stuff? And the thing, and that, by the way, I'm doing this too. But it says, one of the lines in here, it says, I can convince people that I'm busy, that I'm productive, and yet waste large amounts of time watching television. And I think, let's see when this was written. Because for today, that's Facebook scrolling. That's Instagram scrolling. That's TikTok watching, right? And I'm guilty of that. I watch, I got an hour commute right now from where my office is, where we're living. I'm watching TikTok on the way home to debrief, like to get out of the minutia that I went through all day. But how true is that, right? Like, I convince people that I'm busy and productive and yet waste large amounts of time watching TikTok, watching Facebook, watching someone else's life, and not taking control of my own. And that I highlighted that and I was like, phew. And then it talks about these are just some of the disappointments. I have other ones, darker ones. I'm not ready to commit to paper, but the truth is, even to write those words could be a little misleading because it makes me sound more sensitive to my fallenness than I really am. And sometimes, although I am aware of how far I fall short, it doesn't even bother me very much. And then he goes to say, and I am disappointed at my lack of disappointment. I am disappointed at my lack of disappointment. So he knows he should be disappointed in himself for not doing better. And this, obviously, this is his God calling, but basically, he's not disappointed enough. He's just kind of going with the motions, right? And this is another piece that I really liked is this is the struggle between disappointment and hope. And this leads me to today. The possibility of transformation is the essence of hope. The possibility of transformation is the essence of hope. And I think here on these calls, we're on our own journey. We call it a journey, an adventure, a destination. Like, where are we going, right? Like, what's our path? But I think we should see it more as a transformation. I love that word. Because we're looking for a transformation. Like, I hate my job. I hate my current life. I don't like my spouse. I don't like my financial situation. I don't like how I don't have, time freedom or location freedom. And so I'm looking for a transformation. I'm looking for a change, right? And how do you do that? How do you do that? And I think it goes back to just looking at how you structure your day and not letting the day get away from you and controlling the day. And I've talked about this before, which was, right now, I got a computer open, I got an iPad open, I got a phone in front of me, and I got a big screen in front of me. So I have 4 screens literally in front of me right now. And each one of those are tied to push notifications of apps and windows and, all the things, text messages. So at any point in time, during this call, I could get a text message, I could get a WeChat notification, I could get a Telegram hit, I could get a Discord notification, I could get a phone call. And I think right now, what we allow is we allow this push notification to control our next move, our next, like what we're doing next, right? So we're more allowing life to pull us than we are controlling life and pushing it, to where we want to be, pushing it to our destination or our destiny. And so how do you go from a push to a pull kind of lifestyle, right? It's just controlling your day. And so the best way that I've found to control my day is from this book, Carl White, a mentor of mine, recommended, which is called The Tipping Point. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Let me verify that. It's what's cool is you can get download on Audible, and if you watch it on like 1.5 speed, it'll take you 45 minutes. And that was when he told me that. That's when I ordered it. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Find Your Balance Point. Find Your Balance Point by Brian Tracy. You can listen to that book in 45 minutes on 1.5. It's a very small book. But what that does is it shows you how to structure your day so you get the most out of your day. See, going back to, this piece is, man, I can convince you that I was busy today. Man, how was the wife, the spouse asks, how's your day? Oh, busy. Busy, got so much, had so much to get done. But yet, what was it filled with? Like what was your day filled with? What were you doing? Were you doing minutia work? Were you doing monetization work? And so I always look for monetization over minutia. How do I monetize the day over just going through the day working with minutia that really doesn't do anything? It doesn't move the needle, doesn't pull the lever, doesn't make me money. And what Finding Your Balance Point talks about is it says, okay, you got a list, right? Make the list of all the things you need to do today. One, you get out of your head, so that's kind of nice. So you have to kind of like think through it. And then it says, draw a checkbox or a box around each kind of bullet point they need to get done. Build a funnel, run Facebook ads, make phone calls, order stamps, like all the things. And then number them in a priority of what you think or how you think they should get done, in what order. And then once you got the order down, draw a $ by the ones that are going to make you money. Make you money. And a really good example of this is when I say, go build the funnel. So you're like, yeah, Trey told me to build a funnel. A funnel's gonna make me money. I'm gonna go build the funnel. But what I see is most will build the entire funnel. They'll build the sales page, order form, all the upsells, upsell 1, 2, and 3, and the thank you confirmation pages. Yet we don't need the upsells to make the cash register go ka-ching. We just need an order form. So the minutia would be building and thinking through the upsells, even thinking through the V curve, even thinking like, oh man, my order form doesn't look that great. And you get into the weeds of making it perfect, perfect, versus you got the order form up. You have everything you need for someone to put their credit card in and make a transaction. Press the go-go button. Let's start running traffic. Let's start seeing those sales come in, because from that point is when you install the V curve, your order value is going to get better. It just is. When you add the upsells, your entire average order value is going to get better. Just does. When you add all of the additional offers on the confirmation pages where people can buy even more from you, or go through the matrix again of other funnels, you're going to make more money. When you create your email follow-up to bring people back to your order form that said, hey, I was interested, but not today, maybe tomorrow, you're going to make more money. We feel like we got to get all these things done, all these tasks done, and put a little money sign by them. But really, when you break it down, you just need a sales page, order form, thank you page, 3 pages, and you're off to the races. Facebook ads after that, and you're good to go. So, that's kind of like part one of getting the most out of the day and making sure that we're moving through the day. From there, it might feel like every day is different, or every day you're working on something different. But what I found is when I look and take a 30,000-foot view, I notice that we do the same thing, just slightly different every single day. We do Facebook ads. We run new products. We create offer pages. We write copy. We build order forms. We build upsells. We build confirmation pages. We ship stuff out. We handle customer calls. We answer those calls. We reply to them. We do refunds, cancellations, all the things, right? But it's just a different product, different day. And once your business is kind of flowing and working, you'll find the pieces that you hate doing, such as answering calls, replying to emails, doing your Facebook ads, trying to optimize your funnel, like all the things that you're like, man, I would rather do this. I'm way better at this than I am at this. And that's when you start delegating. Delegation is key to scale. You got to delegate. I'm not saying go hire an employee, just delegate. Maybe for you, you don't want anybody to touch your business. This is my baby. No one touching my baby. You know, like when you had your first kid and your wife was like, we're not going into public. We're not seeing your parents. We're not going to aunt and uncle's family Thanksgiving because everybody's going to come touch my baby. They're going to come kiss my baby and it's going to get sick and die. And you're like, listen, it's not that crazy. And she's like, it's that crazy. We're not going. So you got to make the phone call. Be like, we're not coming this year. My wife's off the chains. She thinks the baby's going to die because, you know, Uncle Jerry's going to kiss it on the forehead. And all hell breaks loose. You guys know what I'm talking about. At least that's my experience. And so same thing here, right? Same thing here is this is my business. This is my baby. Don't touch it, which I totally understand. I get it because they might screw it up, right? You know what you're doing. They don't. So what I would say with that is delegate everything else. Delegate the grocery shopping, delegate the laundry, delegate the lawn mowing, delegate the house cleaning, delegate it. Give it to somebody else. I can pay somebody to mow our yard for like $40. You come, I'll give you $40 to go do my lawn because I can go make $40 working on my business. We use an app called Poplin, Poplin. It's an app. You literally click it, someone shows up, you put all your laundry in trash bags at the front door. In 24 hours, it comes back labeled to whose kid, which room, and hanger. And they pop it on. It's $1 a pound. At least that's what it is in St. Louis. $1 a pound for your laundry. Think how much hours that you spend doing laundry. Think how much, like my wife does all laundry, but think how many hours she does doing the laundry. I'm like, let's just get Poplin. So we start getting Poplin. She goes, I don't know what to do with my time. So she starts cleaning. I'm like, 1 second. There's a cleaning service that will come clean our house once a week. It's amazing. You don't have to worry about cleaning anymore. She's like, what am I going to do with my time? She starts mowing the yard. It's like, you don't need to mow the yard. Go be with the kids. We got somebody who'll mow the yard. But all this time and savings that grocery shopping, laundry, lawn mowing, all those things you can hire out for pretty reasonable prices so you can work on your business. You know, the times that you were spending doing that, transfer those into business activity, right? So it's all about where you delegate your time. Even now, like thankfully COVID happened. Like COVID is probably one of the coolest things when it comes to business and structuring your time. Because now with the kids, like this is for all the moms with kids, you guys know what I'm talking about. My wife is obsessed with pickup groceries for pickup. So Aldi's, Fresh Time, Costco, Walmart, Target, they all adopted the pull up your car, pop your trunk, and someone will come out and put your groceries in your trunk. You close the trunk and off you go. Think of the time savings that allows the mom to not worry about grocery shopping and just do pickup. Or you got DoorDash, right? Or what's the other one? The other one, Uber Eats, or all the things that, bring groceries to your front door. Like you don't even have to go pick it up anymore. They literally just drop it off. You got the groceries. We spend all this time doing these busy activities that don't monetize or make any money when we can concentrate on what's the real task at hand, which is to have a better life, have more money, have more freedom, do the things that you want to do. Maybe you just love grocery shopping. I had one guy, I told him that he needs to go hire his lawn guy out. He goes, I just enjoy mowing the lawn. He goes, that's where I get my zen. I was like, okay, well then go get your zen. If that's grocery shopping for you, if that's doing laundry, like I just meditate while I'm laundering, then hey, that's that. But for me, I don't get anything out of those tasks. And so I delegate those out. And what's nice about that, what I'm getting at is once you start delegating those tasks out and you realize, oh man, that's a lot of weight off my shoulders. I don't have to do the dishes. I don't have to mow the lawn. I don't have to do my laundry. Like someone else is doing those things. Wow, what a relief. Well, then how does it feel when someone else does your Facebook ads? Or someone else is building your funnel? Or someone else is going and finding products, winning products for you and saying, hey, here's the top 10 products I found this week. Let's test them. And then you build this system that they're testing and that they're running, and you're just kind of sitting there like, huh, guess I should go do something else. Guess I should go be on a call with Charlie because I got nothing else going on. Let's rock with Charlie, you know? Let's get on a call with Dante because everything else is delegated. And it starts with like services like getfriday.com. That was my first, and we still have those people. Getfriday.com, perfect website. They're all in India. They do great work. Or you go to upwork.com and you can interview people, have conversations, make sure that they are, you know, willing and able to do business for you. And they might be even way better at it than you because they have other experiences. Or they've been at corporations, but they've been trained way better than your training platform and your program, and come in your business and help you market, help you run Facebook ads, help you create content, whatever that is. Or maybe it's a funnel builder, or maybe it's an optimizer, or maybe it's a logistics team. Or maybe it's a customer service care team. I mean, maybe it's a TikTok grow your account team, like whoever it is. These guys are like in Ethiopia, like everywhere else besides here. Greece, Paris, France, Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Israel. Like they are all over here and they don't charge nearly what America charges. And they are way harder at working, like 3 times as much. 3 times as much. It's amazing. So all that to say, you know, there's hope. There's transformation awaiting you. Delegate your time and get after it. The 3 books for Russell that he gave me was Breakthrough Advertising. The next one was 100, what's that one called? By James Vincent. $100 million offers. I think that's what it's called. Let me check that. Because Russell actually owns 12-Month Millionaire. That's what it is. 12-Month Millionaire by James Vincent. And you should grab the book. It's on eBay, looks like, for $15. But I know a guy named Russell Brunson that owns the rights to that book. I think he actually still has quite a few of those in his warehouse somewhere. And then the third is by Mr. X, which is, what's the title of that one? Here it is. Money Secrets of Marketing Genius of Jay Abraham. Money Making Secrets of Marketing Genius, Jay Abraham. Is that the title of the book? Hold on. Yeah. Yep. It's a blue cover.
I want to call your attention.
Yeah, blue cover. Those are the ones Russell gave me. So now you got 6 books. You guys got like building a library today. Huh. October 28th, Merry Christmas. It's an early Christmas to everybody. You guys get books. You get knowledge. You get education. All right, Dante, you were super quiet during that whole thing. Anything that you guys want me to discuss beside on that topic, and then we'll move into funnels.
I was trying my best to be quiet. I took studious notes on that because that's so much personal development, which really is the key. It is the key to everything. If you can't envision yourself being wealthy, you're not going to be wealthy, right? And then how do you take the steps to own that identity? That was awesome. I was working hard to stay silent. But gang, if you guys have any questions on any of that, please put a 1 in the chat. I know we have some hands up. It is we don't realize the importance of this until we get in it. And then many times when we're in it, we never even really think about it. And we just do minutia all day trying to get things done. That was awesome. I'm like in my own head too about you hit Oh, so many things. But if you guys have any questions on that, put a 1 in the chat. Let's talk about it. And remember, this is a safe space, right? It's a safe place, not in a nonsensical political way. But we're all here. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all business owners. We all want to achieve the same thing. We're all running the exact same race, going to the exact same finish line. So even if you're an expert, this is personal development. This is life. This is entrepreneurialism. So feel free. Any questions on that are welcome.
I love it, man. I was telling Charlie this yesterday, but it's defiance over defeat.
What do you mean by that?
You run a Facebook ad, has sales for the first day, first 3 days, first 2 days, next 5 days, no sales. Feel defeated. And you can either deflate and just lay down and be a skeleton and be like, well, I guess that one didn't work.
I'm not good at this.
I'm not good at this. This isn't for me. I'm going to go do Amazon or Shopify or do something else. Right? Or start a lawn mowing business. Or you can be defiant and say, okay, why didn't it work? Let's try something different. It worked for the first 3 days, so there's obviously buyers out there. Facebook has, 300 million subscribers? You're telling me that I found all 10 people in the world that were going to buy my product? Thanks, Facebook. Or was Facebook dangling a carrot? Like, hey, we got buyers. Woo! But I'm not gonna give them all to you just yet. We're gonna try something. I have a theory actually. I'm testing a theory right now, and so far, I think we're onto something. And I know nothing about Facebook, by the way. Like, I'm so stupid to Facebook. There's obviously way better wizards out there. I was actually reading a documentary on Facebook of the new, whatever it's called. I'm going to call it Armageddon, but it's called like Argandi or something like that. But basically, it's tearing people up right now. They're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm thinking about like, the principle of scale when it comes to trying to get more conversions on Facebook. So a lot of us start at 20 bucks a day, 30 bucks a day, 50 bucks a day. And we get some sales that trickle in, but anytime that we try to scale the next day, we get like lower sales or we get a little more sales. And then we're like freaking out and we turn our ad back to where like that $30 piece was. And it's like, oh, we're back into KPI. And we did this just yesterday. So we had two ads at $100 a day. And then I pushed them to $200 a day yesterday, I don't know, 1 o'clock. And the conversion, I think our KPI on that one is like 25 bucks. And we had one ad go to 45. It was like $45 a conversion. So I made 2 conversions. I was like, oh, okay. See how it goes. I don't know. Now we use the words, let it cook. Let it cook! Let them cook. So this morning I woke up and I did the ads. And even though one's showing $45 a conversion, most people would shut that one off. Most people would click that off. We had one at 12. We had another one at $22 per conversion. But yet when you add the cumulative of all those together, of how much they spend, I think it was like 450 bucks. It came out to 25 bucks a conversion, which is within KPI. I'm good with that. I'm good with that because on average, we're still averaging KPI. Yeah, sorry, thanks, Dante. Key performance indicators of like, hey, we know we can afford 25 bucks. So good thing I didn't shut it off because it was able to spend that money. Now, my theory is when you scale or double your ads, sure, does it go to way more people? Yes, it shows that in the impressions. I don't know how believable those numbers are. They're probably fake, but we're going to pretend that they're real. Goes to these people. I don't think all these people are making a buying decision today. They're making a buying decision 3 days from now, 5 days from now, 10 days from now, 20 days from now, 30 days from now. And Facebook knows that. Facebook's just like, here, Shotgun Kelly, right? Like, here's this new product, here's this shirt, here's this bracelet, here's this necklace. And when you call your customers, when you call your leads, the people who didn't buy, but they're like, oh, I'll be a little interested. The thing they're going to say is, I was thinking about it. Or I was going to ask my sister if she wanted one of the bracelets too. So I didn't order today. Well, that's interesting because Facebook spent that money that day, but you didn't get that. You didn't get Sheila's conversion. You didn't get Andrew's conversion. But 3 days, 5 days down the road, guess who comes back? Maybe Sheila, maybe Andrew. Bop, there's a conversion. And so I kind of look at it as, okay, we scaled today. We're not going to make the conversions that we're looking for today because we're just reaching a bigger audience. We're reaching more of them. And then each day we're reaching all these people, more of these people. And then 3 days, 5 days, 10 days down the road, those people who saw it 3 days ago start to kind of come in and purchase. I don't know if you ever saw that Subway commercial where they're cutting the meat. I should go find it. But behind the cutter is a logo. So it's like this. It's a logo that says Subway. And the entire commercial is research says that in order for you to remember the name of a company or a brand, you got to see it at least 7 times. And so it's like 1, 2, 3. They're showing it 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. Pretty freaking hilarious. So same thing I feel with Facebook is showing you these impressions. They're showing you more of the product just at a later date, later time. That's why I like using the variant. It used to be called the dynamic, but now they switched it over on you, which is called the variant part inside the ads set. Ad set. It's variant inside. No, maybe, yeah, I think it's in the ad set, which allows you to have like 5 to 10 images, or 5 images, 5 videos, or all 10 videos. Use those up. Don't just have 6 or 5 or 2. They gave you 10. That gives Facebook just more to go and test and figure out like, hey, we're going to try all these different variants and see which one gets the conversions. And then we're going to dial it into, okay, we know that these are the winners. And then that's all they're going to show is those winners. They're going to show those primary text, those descriptions, those headlines, because they know it gets the conversion. So it finds the winning kind of like puzzle pieces that it puts together and says, this is the winning piece. Spread it. Go out and find the next purchasers. That's my theory. Probably completely wrong, but we're going with it. So we're doing some tests. So far today, now I think today I doubled it again. So this morning we're at $200 an ad, and I doubled it to $400 an ad. And so I think today we'll spend right at $700 on a campaign, it's 3 campaigns, but I'm like doubling it every day, just to play the lottery, see if we can pull some 7s, but see where it goes. Can we let Facebook do its thing, let it learn, find the people, and go out and get the conversion. So scared money unfortunately doesn't make you money. You kind of got to let it roll and let it learn and let the algo do its thing. That's my theory anyways. But anyways, make sure everybody got the books. Good stuff. Go get the books. They're great. By the way, when I asked, see, that's one thing I meant to say. 2 things I meant to say. One thing that I wanted you to hear me say is when I asked Furtick that question, there was one key word that I emphasized when I asked him, and it was recent. It was recent. I said, what are the most recent 3 books that you've read that have empowered you, motivated you, made you who you are today? And the reason I said recent was because I didn't want one of those books to be the Bible, because I knew that was going to be one of his answers going into it. Is like, because he's a pastor. He's like top pastor. Of course, dude. I know that's the book, bro. I know that's the book. So I'm looking for 3 others. So realistically, as cheat codes, I got 4, even though I knew the first one was going to be the Bible. The second thing I would have done, which I told you earlier that I said I would have changed, is I have no idea. I've not looked yet, but they charged my card for that book, and I have no idea how much that book was. It could have been $100. I have no idea. They didn't even tell me. They were just like, oh yeah, great day. I should have bought all the books on the table. That's what I would have done differently.
Why?
Because he had to sign them all. And so that would have given me more time with him. That was a cheat that I didn't catch until it was too late. because they had probably 30 books on a table, but they had boxes. I should have just said, I want them all. And just said, charge me for them. And then he would have sit there, sign on all those darn things, you know.
While Trey's asking questions.
While Trey's asking questions. I had 2 more questions I wanted to ask him. But, you know, my 2 minutes were up, and those ushers were like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, you know, they were getting us out of there. He had a show to do. No one's buying all the books. And especially, second, like, if I'm an author and one of my assistants like Jared or Michael come over and say, hey, this guy, he just bought all the books. Like, what are you talking about? He bought all the books. He bought all the books. Like, cool. Like, I want to talk to this guy. He's different. You know, Grant Cardone, I don't know what he charges now, but when I reached out to him, he wanted $50,000 for an hour. $50,000 for an hour. But his book is $20. You go to a book signing and you buy, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000 in books, you're going to get like probably good 10, 15 minutes with the guy.
Yep.
You know? And so it's just, I don't know, it's just like little cheat codes that no one else is doing that you could do because you know that man has knowledge, that man has power, that man you can't get in front of. You can't call him, you can't call the church and be like, hey, is Steve there? You know, like he ain't gonna answer the phone. Same thing with Cardone, same thing with Russell. Like you can't call ClickFunnels headquarters and be like, hey, is Russell there? Like Russell busy, bro. So you gotta buy your way in or you gotta work your way in. And for me, I worked my way into ClickFunnels where I couldn't get a hold of Russell, you know? So I made it to where he had to call me. You know, you become recognizable to where it's like, who's this dude? When I bought Russell's mastermind, back then it was like $25,000 or something, I don't know. And I remember walking into the room, there was 25, 30 of us in this room. And I remember walking in and I was like, Russell! I just yell his name really loudly. And he looks at me with this concerned face. Like I remember him looking at, who was his sales guy, heavier set, but then lost all the weight. Robbie was sitting right next to him. And Russell thought I was there to attack him. So Russell looks at Robbie and he goes, I could read his lips. He goes, who is that? and Robbie goes, that's Trey Lewellen. And he's like, huh. Well, he didn't know. He didn't know who I was. I'm his mastermind, bro. He still didn't know who I was. And it took a lot of iteration, you know, to work my way through it. I did the same thing with Perry Belcher. Like Perry Belcher was an idol for me. He was doing the survival, what was that? Survival club or survival, what is it? Survival something, where he did all the knives, the credit card knives. He was on stage at Traffic Conversion. That's where like I got my start. I'm in the back room of 3,000 people and there's Perry on stage, Ryan Dice on stage, all these cool peeps on stage. Like, man, how cool would it be to have a conversation with Perry? Like, I just related to him. He told really good stories. I really enjoyed his stories. And I wanted to be his friend, you know? Which is like all 3,000 people want to be his friend. All the people in the congregation of the church want to be the pastor's friend, right? But only a select few get that opportunity. So how do you get that? Well, for me, what I did with Perry was, this is back when Amazon had public wish lists, but everything you would save for later or save to cart now would be a save to wish list. And that wish list was public, but no one knew that except a select few. I knew about that. And in order to get to that wish list, you had just had to know the email address that they logged into Amazon with. And I was like, well, that's a tough one. So I'm thinking, what would be my email? You know, if I'm Perry Belcher. And so I typed in perry.belcher@gmail.com. And it pops up. It was literally his Amazon. I was like, woo, I got it. And so I see all the things that he has saved to his wish list. And so every month I would just pick a random product and send it to him. And one was like a book about advertising. One was a not a softball. What was that with the handles and the ball in the middle and the hockey and you're playing the game? What is that? It's not pool table. It's not
Foosball.
shuffleboard.
Foosball.
There you go. Foosball, Charlie. So he was trying to buy a cover for his foosball table. Sent him that. And there was a vacuum, probably his wife. I sent him a vacuum cleaner, but it was the vacuum cleaner he had in his cart. And all I would say is, hey, Perry, bought this for you. I saw this product and thought of you, Trey Lewellen. And that's all I said. Thought of you, saw this product, Trey Lewellen. So I just wanted to get my name in front of him. And I wanted to create curiosity of him to be like, who the F is Trey Lewellen? Like, he's sending me all these things that he probably forgot he put on his wish list, but yet are products that he wanted. So the products that he's receiving are like good products because he's like, oh, I've been looking at this book. I wanted to get this book, never got it, but Trey seems to like know me, bro. Like just kind of some weird, like ESP kind of stuff. And so we got to the point where we had a big enough list that we could actually facilitate sales for Perry Belcher to get on his list, his like top 3 list. And we won second place. It was two Apple iMacs is what they were getting. It was like $3,000, $4,000 in value at that time. The one above that was like a vacation, like a cruise. So we won second place. And I looked at Bryce and I said, I don't want I don't want the Macs. He goes, what do you want? I said, I want a conversation with Perry, a one-on-one. He's like, how are you going to do that? I said, we're going to ask. And so I called the affiliate manager up who was, who answered my calls, knew who I was. And I said, listen, his name is Matt. Matt, I don't want the iMacs. He's like, oh, okay, what do you want, cash? And I said, no, I want to do dinner with Perry in Texas. We'll fly to Texas, and just an hour dinner with Perry is all I ask. He goes, dude, Perry doesn't do dinners with people. He's busy. I was like, I understand. I hear that. Can you ask him? And this was like, I guess they had voice over IP phones, like the traditional like corded phones. Well, he doesn't hang it up. He puts it down. And those things got great mics on them. So I'm unmuted. And I hear him in the background talking to Perry and kind of pitching him on this. He's like, hey, one of the affiliates who won second place, we're going to give him iMacs. He doesn't want the iMacs. He'd rather have dinner with you. And he's like, well, who is it? And he's like, this guy named, Trey Lewellen. He goes, Trey Lewellen? Yes, give me dinner with that guy. I know that guy. Yes, we are having dinner because I need to know blah, 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 blah. So this whole thing that I've been doing over the last year worked up to this climax of finally, like, I was going to have dinner with him, and for him to say yes was just an absolute for him because he wanted to know who I was. I had been trickling and seeding my name into his life for the last 6-12 months to have my chance, to have my moment with him. So he said yes. So we flew to Texas, and dude, that was not an hour dinner. It was a 3.5-hour dinner. 3.5 hour. We sat there and conversated and asked questions. And I had a whole list of questions because I was so new, so novice. Like, I don't know anything. Feed me, give it to me, like educate me. Like, be my shepherd. I'm your sheep. Like, let me, like, show me the path. And dude, he did. He laid it down. We recorded the whole thing. On the plane ride back, I'm listening to it over and over and over again, taking more studious notes and just like bathing in that conversation for the next probably 6 months that he gave us for those 3.5 hours. And of course, the story doesn't stop there. From that wisdom, we went on to become his #1 affiliate. And we were always we were always #1. Crushed his offers, did really, really great. First prize was 10 grand, and we won it. And so we knew we were going to win it. And so we knew we were going to win it so good that it was still 5 days before closing, and we stopped pushing traffic. And the guy below us he was at 20% of the sales that we were at. So if we were at, I think we were at 5,000 sales, he was at like 1,000 sales. So I told the guys, I was like, hey, we don't need to send to those offers anymore because we're going to win first place. We're going to get the 10 grand. So Matt calls me up. He goes, hey, saw that you stopped pushing. I said, yeah, we're going to win first. He's like, yeah, you're going to win first. He goes, can I just ask you a question? I said, of course, man, like anything. He goes, what could I say or call the second affiliate, the guy who's in second place and the third place? What do you think I could call him or ask him, or what kind of conversation should I have with him to push more traffic, to get closer to you? I start laughing. I go, Matt, that's the wrong question, my friend. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, you're so worried about second and third place who've not shown up, but I've shown up. I've delivered you 5,000 sales. The real question should be, Trey, what will it take to motivate you to push more sales? And he pauses for a minute. He goes, dude, that's a really good question. What would it take to have you push more sales? And I go, I want a private jet with a radius of 500 miles. He starts laughing. He's like, Trey, I can't get that approved. I said, well, you asked. That's what's going to motivate me. If you want more sales, I want the private jet. So he calls me back that afternoon. He goes, private jet is approved, and we need 10,000 sales. So we're at 5,000. We need 10,000. We got 5 days. I said, done. Click the phone. I went over to Dylan, who's our email guy, who, pressed a send. We had 1.2 million contacts at that time. And I said, Dylan, have you ever been on a private jet? He goes, no. Obviously, I knew that answer. And because I didn't either. I go, you want to? He goes, sure. Where? I said, Vegas. I said, we're going to take a private jet to Vegas. He goes, all right, when? I said, well, it's not when, it's how. And he said, okay, how? I go, we need to get 5,000 more sales on survival. That's what it was, survival gear, in the next 5 days. I said, can you do it? He goes, I'll send some emails. And so we had 5 days. It's Monday. We have till, I don't know, Friday night, midnight to make the cut. Tuesday at 5 p.m., we had made the other 5,000 sales.
Wow.
We made 5,000 more sales in 48 hours. And we just blasted we killed our list. But we blasted it. And I remember, I should go find it and frame it. But I took a picture of a private jet like sailing into the clouds. And I put Perry's head in the cockpit like he's flying, with a comment that said, well, that escalated quickly. Because they didn't think it was possible. They didn't think we would hit it. So they tried to set this outrageous goal for us, that they're like, okay, we'll dangle the carrot, thinking that we'll never hit it, but we'll take the extra 1,000 sales Trey sends us. Maybe it goes from 5 to 6,000. Great. No, Trey hit 10,000. Now, guess what? New problem arises. How are we going to go get this private jet for Trey? And that's how we got it.
That's incredible.
Just sneaking in, man. Just sneaking in, like just taking the side door. Everybody takes the front door. Trey takes the side door. It's how you get places, man. Just do things different.
Do things different. Man,
that's how I'm on this OFA call.
Oh, tell me about that.
I forgot what his name. Justin reaches out and he says, hey, do you want to promote an offer for us for ClickFunnels? And it was Napoleon Hill book launch or something like that. I forgot what the offer was. And I forgot what I said, but I said, where are you doing the offer? Where are you doing the launch at? And he goes, Chicago. I was like, Chicago? I was like, dude, I'm like 4-hour drive from Chicago. And he's like, well, we're going to be buying some books. I think Russell's buying like $15 million in Napoleon Hill stuff that day when he's there. And we're going to do lunch. I said, oh, okay, well, can I come up and like, say hi to Russell, like surprise him? He's like, I mean, don't tell him I told you, but here's the door access code. I said, okay. So he gives me the address and the door access code, and I get in the Cirrus that morning, like 8 a.m., land in Chicago at 10, take an Uber from 10 to 10:30 over to this place. Russell's just kind of walking around, just kind of stand next to him, and he kind of looks over. Obviously, he wasn't expecting me, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing here?" I said, "I just came to say hi to you." And so obviously there, we didn't have meetings, we didn't have any time together. Like it was just kind of like hi. And but of course I came there to ask him a question, right? I'm not going to waste that time. That I don't get in front of Russell very often. And the question was something like, how do we work together? How do we do big things together? And his response was interesting. He goes, I can't tell you right now, but we're working on something. And I'll call you. Cool. We ate Chipotle. I said, see you later. Flew back home. I was home for dinner. And a couple months goes by, and he reaches back out, and he's like, hey, I appreciate you coming. Here's that thing I was talking about, which is OFA, One Funnel Away Challenge. Will you do a training for us? I said, absolutely. And so this is where kind of OFA was born, one-sided on my side, which was, building a big thing with you guys. I think what the thing was is they were trying to integrate with ZenDrop, right? So like ZenDrop was a big piece that was coming, all the API integrations, and then of course the new training for product funnels, and that's kind of where all of it kind of came together. So, when the Bible says mustard seeds move mountains, like just go find your mustard seeds, right? And move those mountains. Like we're talking over a decade of time, right? I gave you like the highlight reel, but those are like 3 mustard seeds that I was able to plant that were able to move mountains for me. And so, in my post, I think it was well written. You guys should go read it. But it's on my profile page. It's the story I gave you earlier.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the end, I just said, the next time you get in front of someone that is your superhuman or superpower or superhero, right? Don't freeze, don't become a fanboy, right? Don't fan out. Don't just say you changed my life. Ask the question that might change yours. Ask the question that might change yours. And that is the answer.
That would be an amazing time to end this, but I have one quick question for you. When you are on Perry's wish list, you're trying to get these things. Was that an easy decision for you to make? To go buying vacuums and basically it's almost like a gamble, right?
It's
because
a gamble.
he may never even see the packages. He might not want them anymore. You might be buying him a vacuum that he doesn't have room for, and now you've actually created trash for him. And it probably wasn't the easiest financial decision as you're just getting started out in the business. It was probably difficult. Is that right?
That's right. I was making 25, 30 grand a year take home at that time. So a vacuum cleaner, which was like $250, dude, that was rough. Like I didn't want to buy that vacuum cleaner. I didn't want to buy the foosball, cover. I didn't want to buy the book. Like the book was the easy thing. Like it was $20. But the foosball cover was like probably $80 back then, and then the vacuum was like $250. But I separated myself between knickknacks, fun stuff, and like there was only a list of 25 to 30 things on that, and so I got to kind of pick a little bit, but not much, right? There wasn't like 100 items that I could choose from. So, I chose the ones that made the most sense, that would get used the most, I guess. And hopefully he would remember me or remember this kid whose name's Trey, right? But I think Dante, it really just comes back to consistency. Like if I would have sent one gift, cool. Like, oh, that was nice of someone. Like we don't get very many, but we do get packages here and there, but they're one-offs. Might be a book, might be a product, might be, I don't know, thank you note or happy birthday card. But it's one-offs, right? Like I'm in the day, I'm busy. But as soon as something starts happening on repeat, they're like it starts to go into memory. Like, okay, now I'm expecting it. Like, who's this package? I didn't order a package. Probably from that guy Justin. Justin always likes to send me freaking packages, right? Like, it's becoming an annoyance. Like, I got Justin sending me packages. I'm so like, I need to be more thankful to Justin for thinking of me, right? But it is what it is. I guess a couple things is either you got to buy your way in to these big influencers, these big guys, or you need to work your way in. And working your way in is just making you noticeable, like basically going after whatever their shining object is. Like if you're like, oh man, I would love an hour with Alex Hormozi or Sam Ovens, just become a goat on school and make them talk about you. And then guess what? You are going to get a free invite to stage. You're going to get a free invite to a backstage interview podcast. Because you make their platform look good. If you want to be the poster child of ClickFunnels, become the best ClickFunnels user that exists. Make the most money on it, because then they got to talk about you. Make them talk about you. So you work your way in, or you buy your way in. Sometimes I have to do both.
But it's a lot of digging your well before you're thirsty.
Yeah. Well, I was thirsty. Right? It just made me dig that well faster, or maybe not faster, but like a different route, right? Like, oh, I'm not going to dig this by shovel. I'm going to see if I can find a helper or a backhoe or a drill, a tool that can help me get to the well faster, because I am so thirsty. And it's kind of like those games where you see people play like bridge building, and so they'll go build different bridges, and you're like, oh, if I use this type of bridge, I can get there faster and make my bridge stronger than that guy. So you see all these people using all the different tools, or using all the same tools, but maybe you do yours just a little slightly different, to where you become noticed. You become noticed. And that's a beautiful thing, right? That's a beautiful thing.
That is man, that was awesome today.
Well, I didn't mean to go for an hour, so I do want to help some people on funnels real quick.
Does anybody have any funnel questions? I thought I saw some hands earlier. If you have a funnel question for Trey and Ecom, just raise your hand. That was so good. That was so good. That was amazing. Beautiful. John has one. Let's get after it, John.
Hi, Trey. How are you doing?
Hey, John.
Good to meet you. I'm ready to launch my funnel. Dante and myself had a quick discovery, and I don't know how to fix it on one of the when we set up the V curve. I can't get the right pricing through on the one line item. And then the second question I have for you is, I'm importing that product from ZenDrop. How do I fulfill on ZenDrop with the other items? So like if it's a 2 or the 3, that's the most popular one.
Dude, those are fantastic, what I call technical questions.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Those are all going to be Dante questions, John. I can help you with all those. Trey, let's use Trey for our strategy. So
Sounds good.
Do you have any strategy questions? Or if not, I think it'd be great for Trey to take a look at your order form. There's a few things that don't quite line up with how he teaches. But if you have a strategy question, let's hit that.
I don't have a strategy question. I think at this point, I just want to get to launching the sales page, the order page, and the order confirmation page, and get some data. And once we get some data in, it will be easier to talk strategy from there. But yeah, if Trey wants to have a look at my funnel, that'll be great.
Let's take a look at your we can take a quick look at your sales page. As we know in Ecom, Trey's told us so well that it's all about the above the fold. So we can look at the above the fold of your sales page, your hooks, and then let's take a look at your order form.
Let's do that. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. And Trey, you never apologize. for going on about personal development and sharing those insights. I have so many ideas right now running through my head. That was amazing. But go ahead, take it away,
So
John.
what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pull up the how it's going to look live. It's a friendship bracelet. So this is above the fold on my sales page. Any feedback from you, Trey?
It doesn't. I don't know what you're selling.
Okay, so these friendship bracelets.
How? Where
If
is
you can
it?
see
Where,
I don't know if you can
how would
see
I
my
know
mouse.
that? How would I know that?
Okay, so it needs to be more prominent.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a lot of stuff going on, right?
Okay.
You got a red headline at the top. So you're one time and you spelled you're wrong. YOU and then apostrophe RE. You and then it'd be just no apostrophe E because it's yeah. You're not saying you are one time. You're one time. You're
Yeah,
one
just
time.
do YOUR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just take out the word your. Just say one time 50% discount will automatically be applied.
Okay.
Or you can just take out 50% discount will automatically be applied. Or your. Yeah, I mean you can keep it. Why do you have the blue bubbles in the background?
A good question. I actually just thought I instead of having a plain background, I just wanted to get something different.
Walk me through that.
But I actually got it from here. Let me just how do I get out of this?
Yeah, there you go.
I got the idea from these designs up on your funnel.
So let's see, this is our interstitial page.
Yes.
So this is more of like a not a sales page, but it'd be like an interstitial page, which is totally fine. So it's all about the product, right? So before this page is actually the sales page. And so what you're building out is the sales page on this piece.
Okay.
This would be the interstitial page. So interstitial page is more like a technical page, like, hey, here's all the technical benefits and features of the page, which we did. Yeah, you're right. We did have this background, but also see how prominent, like you're saying earlier, the product is. We've already sold them on the product. Now they come to the interstitial page, which sometimes affiliates want. And so it's more like for a logical buyer to get all the logical pieces out of their head of like why I want this product. And so it's like bop in their face, and it doesn't follow the same template that you're building right now. So I mean, yes and no. I would definitely split test it, but have a reason for it. And I think the reason that the designers put this on here was because of more like a an awareness or like an alert or like an ADT, like, you know, like everything surrounded you. I don't know. We have actually tested a white background on this, and it performed less.
All right.
But I always want to have like a reason, right? Like why are we doing circles? Does it add or does it remove? Does it does it create a focal point to the product? Things like that.
Okay.
And what you're selling is super simple. Like it's a bracelet.
Yeah.
You don't really have to talk much about a bracelet for people to understand that they need it.
Okay.
It's really, here's what it looks like. Here's what's on the bracelet. Here's what it's made of. Here's the sizes. And here's our guarantee.
Okay. Anyways, so let's move down I copied most of the funnel that you gave in the one funnel away challenge, except for the top of the funnel. But so here's the backstory, and just stop me anytime you want to.
Are you selling black or white, or does it come as a pair?
It comes as a pair.
Okay.
It's a friendship bracelet.
Friendship bracelet. Okay.
Or a couple's bracelet.
Then I would call it. Then
whatever
I
you wanna
would
call
tell
it.
it. I would put in the headline then and say that it's a his or hers bracelet, right? His and hers friendship bracelet. Because I thought it was just two different colors. So I thought, like on the next order form, I would choose black or pearl.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yep. And why did you choose this product?
I really didn't know what I wanted to start with. Honest to God, this is a new business for me. So I called my daughter in and I told her what, if you want me to sell a product, what would you like me to see? And she said, why don't you start with a French lip bracelet? So I ran the survey. Um, this was not the winner on the survey. The winner on the survey, actually, by the time I'm done with the sales page, I got notified that it was discontinued. So I went with the runner-up.
Okay. So if you had a winner, then and Zendrop discontinued it, why not go look for the manufacturer?
Mm.
I can do that.
Like if something's like ding ding ding, here's how you're gonna go make money, I'm gonna go find that product, right? Like we got a product right now that we can't find the manufacturer for it. They are can't find them. They are hidden. And did we give up? No. We just found a factory that makes similar products, sent them the product and said, "Can you make a mold? Can you make this product for us? And if so, how much?" So if you got a winning product, man, like and the survey says, "Hey, this is I would go with that one." But I'm sure it's just something similar, right? This is just different bracelet.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's very similar.
Okay, so the setup's going to be the same. How old is your? Where'd you do the survey at? How'd you get the survey results?
I actually ran a paid ad campaign on Facebook, and I directed it to the Google Forms,
Sweet.
and
And
then
then
offered a 50.
how many votes
Sorry,
did you get? How many votes did you get?
112, but I only ran it for 3 days.
112?
Yeah,
Okay. How many emails did you collect? 112?
yeah. I got.
Cool.
Let me see here.
That's
I can
great.
show you. I think I got 109 emails at the end of the day.
Oh, sweet.
That's great.
Let me see if I can pull up the bracelet, our bracelet funnel. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I'm going to show you how simple a bracelet funnel should be. If I can find it. So, cross your fingers.
That would be awesome.
I got them both crossed.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal.
Let me see. It's our police bracelet that we sold. We sold 20,000 units of this police bracelet.
I remember you talked about that in one of your videos.
Yeah. I mean, we bought them for, I don't know, 60 cents. We sold them for $27.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we made cash. I found it.
Of course.
Okay.
But it's going to be a little bit to kind of squeeze this out. Oh, that's funny. This is a different one. It's going to be the same thing though. Trying to think of where that other one would have been built on. I'll share this real quick though. Let's see if we can make old ClickFunnels come alive for us. There's gonna be a day that they take all this away, and I'm gonna be like, but all my funnels are gone. Let's see if we can edit this page. It's trying to load in there. Oh, that's the right one. Okay, cool. So this was literally, well, so we called the business Victoria and Elizabeth Boutique. Because, that's way better than saying .com products, or at that time we didn't have .com products. But we were selling this, but we were, a police business, ILMG. So as you can see down here, NGOA was who was actually selling it, but we called it Victoria and Elizabeth Boutique because they're handmade bracelets. But here was literally our order form. Very, very simple. And then what's really interesting is this squeeze page shows a different product, but it was the same layout. So I want to show you how simple this is. But that was it.
Wow.
You're seeing the entire sales page.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
And,
You
and
don't
that's
need
to a cold. That's to a cold audience.
Yeah, yep. Because you don't need much. Like, it's literally a bracelet. What do they need to know?
Trey, would you mind if you post that URL for
The
me?
the URLs don't work, so you got to take a screenshot.
Oh, give me a sec. Done. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the other one because I think there might have been like a couple other pieces, like what's it made out of, and
You have some
how
archived
long.
pages down there below. You think it might be those?
Well, remember this when they had this drop down,
Yep.
and then you could like put stuff in here.
Oh.
Oh, okay, here's the white. Oh, that's the thank you page. Thank you page. Because yeah, it was the white. So that was the white one. We had a blue one. So what happened? So interesting about this. So we can go a little bit more into the story. This right here. See how this was our first go at it. So I had freedom, handcuffs, had the braid, had love, and had a peace sign. So we made up things that these were in relation to, right? Like, hey, the police officer is to protect and serve, which is why the handcuffs. The braid is to show that you and him are united through his work. Love, you love him throughout, and then infinity, like he'll always be there for you. Well, more than cops came and posted on our engagement Facebook page. They all come as all the fugitives, all the girls with like felons, and they went back and forth. It's freaking hilarious. But anyways, one of the comments said, "Oh, I wish it was blue and not white." I was like, "Oh, they want it to be blue and not white." So we contacted the manufacturer, said, "Hey, change out the yarn from white to blue." Said, "Sure." And that became the best-selling bracelet we ever had. So, and this is Ravon. So Ravon is very famous in our Victoria's Secret boutique. You should do this. So we said, hey, don't want to order online. This is our pop-up. Give us a call here, and Ravon here will take good care of you. It didn't work very well on the bracelets, but anything gun-related, Ravon was the most popular woman that people tried to. Ravon, this girl didn't exist. So Ravon was not a real person.
I can imagine.
This was an image that I grabbed, just from Google Images. So poor lady, she's out there. Her name's probably not even Ravon, obviously, but she got a lot of hits. And so these guys would call in and be like, hey, can I talk to Ravon? They wanted to hit on Ravon. And it was like, no, Ravon's not here, but I'll take your order and let you know. And so they'd make orders for Ravon. That's so funny. So we kept Ravon, and then our emails would come from Ravon. So freaking hilarious.
That is good. That's golden.
We had fun with it.
Okay,
if you ever
so
hear
very
me talk
basic.
if you ever hear me talk about Ravon, that's why. Let's see if I can find an image. I'm surprised it might be called something else. Oh, what's interesting is I call it the blue handcuff bracelet. So, oh wait, let's see, maybe the sales page. Let's see if we can find it. I had all these linking to different things back then, so let's checklist. Boy, we're linking up satellites right now. Holy smokes. Oh, okay, now one's gone. Page. If it be in a template, almost. Oh, that was okay. So it's been a minute since I've been in here.
Yeah, me too. This is a blast from the past.
Blast, yeah, it's the old. It's kind of cool. They can cut, this is like memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, even back then, look, I had 2 OTOs. Okay, that one didn't sell very good. That was a police bracelet, and then that was just selling more of the same. So funny that I call this the blue police bracelet. Let me just type in blue. Let's see if we can find it. Ooh, I might have. That'd been nice. if I create a duplicate to share with like our clients, because it was definitely a really good performer for us. There we go.
There we go.
There's it. See, the story I'm telling you guys is true. I just got to find all the missing pieces. All right, so Victorian Elizabeth inspired blue police bracelets help support our fallen was Elio. Some officers. See how proud you are to be involved with law enforcement. Oh yeah, law enforcement officers. There we go. Law enforcement officers by wearing this limited edition bracelet, handmade. All 4 bracelets are included. So that was a question we got on the Facebook. Is
Okay.
how do I purchase all 4? Because in this photo, as you can see, they don't know that it's one bracelet. So
Okay.
we are leaning in on our comments to come back and change and update our pages, right? So then, oh, this is good. Yeah, here we go. See, this is how lazy I was. I was a lazy ass marketer. I was literally taking screenshots of people asking questions. I was replying to them and then putting it on the sales page. Not like, oh, I should probably just create a Q&A form and make it look nice. No, I just took screenshots and pasted it on here like a paint, like Microsoft Paint. So what kind of metal is this? Sterling silver. I'm terrible at taking jewelry off and don't want it turning colors. It's made from titanium. Apparently that was from Victoria. Is all 4 bracelets. See, okay, here you go. Is all 4 bracelets just a handcuff one that you get for $24? I was selling this for $24, guys. $24. $24.95. And look at this. And then it said, and then they got to pay shipping on top of it. So is all considered one order on the web page for $27, or do you order 4 for $80? One order. These ladies were going to pay $80 for a bracelet. And then here's
So,
where I was
Trey,
relax.
sorry to interrupt. On the video, you said to have the FAQs on the order page. Do you recommend for this bracelet I move it over to the sales page?
Yeah, there should be Q&A on the sales page. That's fine. But then like you bring it over. Like as you can see, you don't need much to sell a bracelet that's a winner. This was literally our sales page. Obviously, I would, make it a lot better now. But like this is Trey working in paint and making $100,000 on pretty skeleton sales page.
And
Right?
so, what do you need more? Right. I mean, if it's converting like that, why do you want to go through the extra hoops?
Yeah, like we were even saying, like only 500 will be available. Like that's where our mindset was. Like we're gonna sell these. Like people need to know we have 500 because of how fast they're going. So yeah, so this is great. I probably should take a screenshot of this. Honestly, this is an heirloom.
So can you hit that button, the buy now button, and where does it take you? Does it take you to the V curve?
Oh, John, you humor me. This was way before the V curve, bro.
Okay.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. V curve didn't come into play until 4 years ago.
All right. So in terms of now, what would you recommend is not to put the price in there and then just send them over to the order page?
I put the price on it. Yeah, put the price on it and then send them over. But I mean, this is like this. I mean, what you're seeing is how we didn't even take Discover or PayPal, right? Like there's no PayPal, no Venmo, no Apple Pay, no Google Pay. Like we took 3 cards, bro. Like if you wanted this bracelet, you need 3 of these cards. Even here we say 1 bracelet includes the handcuffs, braid, love, and infinity symbol. This was the photo off the Alibaba listing.
Okay.
Notice how this one actually has a gap in it. The one on the other page had no gap. And I think the ones we sold didn't have a gap. Oh, maybe it did. This one has a gap too. That's interesting. I don't remember ours having gaps. Maybe they did. Don't remember that. Look at this. This is Trey marketing right here. We are working throughout the night to get these bracelets out the door. Please allow 7 to 12 business days to receive your order. Like, we are a little bit behind. We are selling so many of these things. Quite a bit. Oh, there's Ravon. Oh, there it is.
Oh, Victoria.
Oh, Victoria. Oh, Victoria's here. Call within the next. She has multi-personalities. So call within the next 5 minutes to receive your free gift. Give us a call here. That was great stuff. This is good. This is good. I mean, this still works to this day. This is so funny. Oh, V curve. Yeah, we didn't have the V curve, John.
All right.
We pretty much said buy one. I think we just had like, I don't remember. Buy one, I think. It's just buy one.
Yeah, buy one, then Moss. You want more?
Yeah, that's pretty much where it came. And then we sold another one for 15, and two for 30. Like, we're buying these for 60 cents. And we're selling them for $27. Like, we were just like, we didn't need any more upsells. We were just cash cowing. It was crazy. Crazy.
It's just 6 Ps. Price low, perceived value high. I mean, it's just the 6 Ps, gang.
It's all the Ps on that bracelet.
All right, Dante. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo that sales page.
Cool.
To get things ready, and then I'll hop back on a call with you so we can figure out the order page.
Yes, that sounds perfect, John. In the interim, feel free to get with support. I just have another meeting like now.
Yeah.
Feel free to get with support about that pricing. They'll definitely take a look at that and figure out what's going on, and then hop back in tomorrow. We can hit it.
All right. Thank you so much, Trey. Thank you for your time. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thanks for that question, John. Pulling it out of him for us. That was great. That was a cool little blast from the past. That was awesome.
I haven't seen that offer in a little bit. I'm glad we got that.
That was like the beginnings of Trey Lewellen. That was before G700, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
how
yeah.
cool.
I think it was. I think that was like our first. Well, no, because we had the NGOA. So we had the I don't know. I'd have to go back and look when we built that versus the G700. It's probably within the first, like, within a year of one another.
Right.
Forwards, backwards. It must have been, because we didn't have time after the G700. Like, it was all flashlights, so it had to be that prior to that. Yeah. So yeah, before even the flashlight. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It is.
So these little sparks, right? You just never know. Like, you just never know what's going to take off and like what your next big product, and scale it as fast as you can, because you don't know how long it's going to win.
That was cool. That was really cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Really, really cool. Well, gang, I am sorry. Trey is super gracious with his time. Today, I'm out of it. I have another meeting I have to get to. And also, we're having a Training Tuesday today. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Training Tuesdays, but Aaron and myself are starting up a new little show where we're going to teach you about ClickFunnels, how to use ClickFunnels from A to Z, start to finish, everything ecom to expert, physical products to digital products. It's going to be a really fun year. 2026. We want to continue these all the way throughout so we can level up every single week. That's going to be starting at 2:30, and we're going to be streaming it into the Facebook community. If you're not a member of our ClickFunnels official Facebook community, let me just get you that link right now, because that is something we definitely have to change. Here it is. This is our ClickFunnels official Facebook community. It's got tons of amazing resources and training in there for you guys. So that's going to be today at 2:30. Feel free to hop in if you would like. Today's topic is going to be all about collections. And for you guys selling ecom, collections is a great thing for you to learn, even if you're not ready to do it now. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys at 2:30. Trey, man, thank you for the time and all the wisdom. I'm still just rolling on what you talked about that first hour. That was amazing.
Love it, bro. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for being with us. Always a pleasure. And for everybody else, I will let you guys go today. Have an amazing rest of your day. We're back at it tomorrow, same time, same place, same link. Let's do big things. Let's do big things. I put a link in the chat to that literal screenshot of Trey's bracelet funnel. So if you're having a hard time building a funnel, just model that. Like Trey said, no minutia. Let's get right to real things, the real things that are going to move our business, monetization over minutia. So model that page. I put a link in the screen. I put a screenshot in the chat. You can click on it. You can download it. You can grab it, put it in your library. Make sure you have that forever. Let's go make a simple page. Let's launch. Let's run some ads, 3 days of ads. Let's get some data. Let's do things. Really excited for it. I'm going to be back at it tomorrow with bells on. Excited to be with you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day today.